Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to all of our... No, it's not all of our heads. It's all in our heads.
Yeah.
I should know that by now.
Yeah,
all in our
it's only
heads.
been 60-some episodes.
And listen, we really do appreciate you guys sharing the podcast. I'm seeing a lot more shares and people commenting on parts they like. So I appreciate it. And so I won't be yelling at you to share. If you share, great. If you don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
But how can I hear us? What's the best way?
If you're on iPhone, laughable.com/download. It's the Laughable app. It's a great way to listen. You can subscribe to the podcast. You can also subscribe to our individual pages and listen to other podcasts we've been on. It's a great podcasting app if you like comedy podcasts. And I think they're starting to add other podcasts on there too. It's expanding more than just comedy.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's available on Android yet. I should find that out. But
Not
if
yet.
If it's not, then you can go to iHeartRadio. That's a great app. Or just the iTunes app, which kind of sucks, but, and
right.
Stitcher Radio. Laughable and iHeartRadio, because Laughable's good. iTunes app stinks.
Yeah, it does. And Stitch is good.
Stitcher's good.
Stitch is good.
There you go. So that's that. So what did we talk about today? We talked about we talked about some comedy gigs. Going to the Metallica concert.
Yep.
Mike talked about we talked about Derek Jeter.
Talked about Jeet.
And then we did a lot of politics, ranging from healthcare to
Entitlements.
welfare. It's very. So if you like politics, that's at the end. So you'll have a fun show up until then. If you don't like politics, you'll have a fun show up until the end. But if you like politics, you got to sit through a fun show, and then you'll even have a great end if you love politics. So there's that long episode for you guys. So check it out.
You're listening to All in Our Heads with Joe Fernandez and Mike Gaffney. Please enjoy the show.
Yo.
I
don't see you.
I don't see you.
Hang up and I'll call you right back.
Okay. Yo.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
What's up? I don't see you, but
You don't see me?
no, but I hear you. That's all we need, really.
That's not all I need. I can see you.
All right.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm up?
Yeah, there you are.
All right.
There it is.
So what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Just having coffee, chilling, about ready to podcast.
Yeah, that's why I called you.
I know. It's finally nice out. It's nice weather. Summertime, feel good. No more of that rain misery shit, hopefully.
Fucking dreary.
I'm like, this. It's
depressing.
like, there's no way. I just want to walk up to people. There's no way you're happy. You're not happy.
Wipe that fucking smile off your face.
It's fake. You're fake. You're fake. You're faking. You're lying. You're not. And if you are happy, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be happy. It's a miserable day out.
Yeah, today's nice. It's not too windy. I like it. I hate wind.
Oh, you don't like wind? I mean,
I hate
not
when
gale
it's
force winds. I
windy.
don't like, but nice breeze.
What are you, Gale? What are you, a fucking meteorologist? When have you walked outside? I'm like, God damn, it's gale force winds out here.
They said last night gale force winds.
But did you say it?
Did I say it?
Did
I
you
saw
say
it and then I said it.
But do you say it? Do you say it when you're walking around going, God damn, it's like gale force winds out
No, but
here?
I was home. The weatherman said gale force winds. So I was out with the dog. I saw the trees blowing. I go, gale force winds. So I did say it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just said it to you. It's now part of my vocabulary.
It shouldn't
because
be.
it happens to be happening. I was
Yeah,
just saying
yesterday
gale
was
force
bad.
winds randomly. Hey, how's it going today, Joe? Gale force winds. No, it's not. I know. I just say it.
Joe, when I say I don't like the wind, I mean I don't like, obviously, the ones of the Gale family, okay? The ones
Of the Gale family, there's multiple gale forces.
Yes. So, I don't like wind at all. I don't like a lot of wind, whether it's gusty, whatever it's
Not a
gale.
cool breeze.
That's not a wind.
Then you would hate Aruba.
I like a cool breeze. I don't like when it's like it's just continually blowing. I hate that.
That's all Aruba is.
Really?
It's
That what it stands for?
Wind. It should. If that's not what Aruba means, it should mean that because it's just wind.
Really?
Well, it's a desert island. There's like no trees.
Right.
Like they don't even allow umbrellas. That's not even going to be attempted. They have little like huts that are like concreted into the ground if you want shade.
Really?
It's gale force
I gotta
winds.
think concrete it isn't.
What?
I don't think concrete it is actually. I'm not a contractor, but I'm pretty confident that's not how you say something's concrete.
No, but
I don't think
it was
I don't think it's called
concreted.
concrete.
Then what do you say then?
I don't think that's the verb for that.
Well, then tell me what it is, Professor.
I don't know. I don't know if there's it's concrete into the ground. I don't think it's concreted. It could be. I know there's people who love proving me wrong. Never love proving you wrong. I don't know why. I don't know why everybody fucking always wants to support
What
Joey.
am I wrong?
No. Everybody wants to support you and your fucking quests for fucking vocabulary words. But
They don't tell me I'm wrong because I'm right.
As soon as I call you on it, there's people banging away right now on Google trying to prove me wrong. That's how you say it, Joe. It's like, shut.
No one's trying to prove you
have
wrong.
some-
They Google it and you happen to be wrong. We can't help that. Me
But it's-
and the fans.
But no, I'm not always wrong. And when I am right, no one's, you're right, Gaff. No one. They don't care.
No one tells me I'm right either.
Oh, they're always.
It just
Joey's
is.
got. Yeah, okay.
Concreted.
It's not. Can't be the word.
That,
Say it.
Yeah. Okay. That tent was concreted into the ground.
Exactly. You heard it? Tateed.
I didn't say tateed. I said concreted.
That can't be it. I'm not. It doesn't sound right at all.
Oh, if there was only an electric device that we could find this information out.
You got it right there in front of you.
I know. I'm gonna Google concreted.
The verb,
I'm just typing in concreted.
the past.
The past tense of concrete is concreted. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Is that in the Urban Dictionary or is that in the real dictionary?
No, it's in the fucking in the Google dictionary. The past tense of concrete. So there you go.
All right. It doesn't sound right.
It may not sound right, but it is.
All right. Concrete. Maybe it does. Maybe it does sound right.
Now it sounds right now that the dictionary told you, but when just regular Joe is saying
I'm just trying to think regular Joe saying it doesn't sound right. But I was thinking about like working at Home Depot and one of those mooks that come in buying stuff when they said maybe they did say it's concreted.
Well, they wouldn't say 'cause they're buying the concrete. If they came the next day, it was concreted.
No, if they're taking down an old deck or something like that. Yeah. But like, hey, it's concreted in. Maybe they did. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
All right, now all you fucking Joe fans don't have to Google. Joe got it.
But you could still put it in the comments.
You don't have to.
You could say like, we knew you were right, Joe. We were behind you the whole time. I am college educated. I don't know. You know that.
No, I know. I knew that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All righty. Anyway, Aruba, windy, concreted.
No, Aruba's very windy. You would not like Aruba, but it's beautiful. But it kind of, you start getting used to the sand blowing against you. No, it's like getting sandblasted. I think it's good for your skin.
All right.
Takes all the impurities off and shit.
I don't like constant wind, or gusts. I just don't like constant like blowing.
Aruba's more gusts. It's like a little bit of wind and then a few gusts.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Not gale force, but
I definitely like gale.
force.
I don't know who does.
Just regular force.
One person out there going, we got to go out for a walk. It's gale force winds out today. I can't love a good gale force wind walk.
Did you used to go out and walk in hurricanes with your friends when you were a kid?
No.
Oh.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like like knowing it's a hurricane. Let's get out there.
Well, I had friends that would go surfing if there was a hurricane. Like friends that were surfers. Like, it's hurricane, we're going surfing. It's the waves.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But we would walk around the neighborhood because it was like insane rain, and we would just like, there was a lot of hills in this one part of East Brunswick where I grew up, and we would just slide across people's lawns, and then fucking get wet and shit.
Good story.
No, I'm just saying, we would jump in pools. We would just go fucking wreak havoc during hurricanes.
Real short category in Joe's life.
What?
You ever walk in the hurricane? We used to slide in grass. That's it.
Nah, you just out in the rain and shit, getting wet, having a jolly old time.
You could do that just in a rainstorm.
No, but hurricanes, it's windy, it's danger. There's branches flying around. It's fucking great.
Where do you live? There was getting hurricane, gale force winds when you were a kid. I mean, we got hurricanes.
In the same state you did. We've had hurricanes. They weren't always devastating hurricanes like the last one we had.
I know.
We used to have just regular meat and potatoes hurricanes.
Just a regular run of the mill.
Regular run of the mill,
No T-shirts, Jersey Strong T-shirts needed.
No, nobody saved nothing. It was like, there was the old lady up the street that her tree that's been there since her kids were born is over. Yeah. And you're like, that stinks. And then, you move on.
That stinks. The tree from your kids. Anyway, let's get to some grass. I got to slide and shit.
I can't believe it. And then like the water's going down the street, almost like rushing like a river. And then you grab like somebody had a raft from their pool, and we'd like try and ride it.
All right. So here, a couple of things. I lived in Jersey City, so there's no grass to slide.
Yeah.
To slide. Okay.
Yeah. You try doing it on concrete, and that's the story of my scars.
Now, what we did do if it was hurricane. I'm not sure if it was just when it was downpours, when you would get that severe downpour and on the sidewalk, the curb in the street, that water would just go down like a river down the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you wouldn't be enough to put a boat in there, but we would take
not a boat, but a raft.
All right. What we would take is we would do we would make like a little handheld, like little boat, like some sort of raft, little handheld things, and race them. So we would put them in there and race them down and run down the street and watch, see who gets to the sewer
first.
We
did that shit, yeah.
So I would take, you remember in the gallons of milk in the handle, like sometimes that little plastic that's in the handle that doesn't pop out? Yeah. That's what I would get those. And that was mine. And I would race them, and they would fucking...
Nice.
Yeah. That was as close as we got to rafts. Now, where I grew up in one part of Jersey City, where that White Manor is, on Lee Avenue, from the White Manor all the way up to this diner, it would flood, and back there would be above the medium, above the divider, and people would be riding boats up and down there. But I would out there because I was a little kid. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a lot of stuff like you had. We didn't have a lot of trees. Old Mary's tree from her son climbing was knocked down a long time ago to make room for...
There was these roads by my elementary school. I'm trying to remember the names of them. It's so long, like Flagler and Sunburst Hill, and then there was this other one. They just went downhill. Like, we used to kill ourselves, like skateboarding down them. Like, where you're you're skateboarding to the point your skateboard starts wobbling, you lose control of it, then you hit a rock, and the skateboard stays there, then you go another 50 feet.
Yeah.
Those roads.
And then you hope you don't fall, and you do that like that pop, 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 that kind of like your feet slap on the ground, like that, to try to catch yourself from falling.
Yeah, if you were talented, but I would usually do it with my palms and my knees. It was always, if I saw the rock and I knew it was happening, I would do it. But sometimes I had no idea the rock was coming, and then you're just like, ooh, and you're seeing stars. You're like, what happened?
We weren't big skateboarders in my neighborhood. Bikes, roller skates. I remember my kids riding around roller skates, but no.
I was big. I was sponsored for skateboarding when I was a kid.
Oh, you're just all around.
Telling you, man. I was a good skateboarder. I used to skate in the Eastern Skateboarding Association competitions.
All right.
I was good.
Put that on your website.
Actually, not a few years ago when Justin was skateboarding,
right.
I was teaching him some tricks, and he was shocked to see how good I was. And I haven't skated in like over 20 years.
Right.
I was doing kick flips, man. I started ollieing shit. I had it. It just
right.
You know. And then I
We
started
were
getting
BMXers in my neighborhood. I wasn't. I loved baseball, and then I kind of like went right into drugs. So there wasn't a lot of. But in my neighborhood, a lot of people were BMX bike riders.
Yeah, we did BMX. We had my school was Chittick School, and then they had the Chittick Pits. It was like this dirt pits next door that these contractors had.
Yeah.
And there was all types of trails, and we made these jumps, and man, I fucking fucked myself up flying into trees and shit. Just I had no fear for a lot of years of my life. That's why I was good at biking and skateboarding. The moment I broke my ankle skateboarding, was when it stopped. I stopped being good because I was hesitant. Because when I was first back from the broken ankle, I landed off a ramp and it hurt. And then ever since then, I was afraid. And the moment you're afraid, you suck. You're just gonna hurt yourself. Right,
absolutely. Anytime. It's like if you're playing baseball and you got plunked by a pitch. The next time you're in there, you're like, I can't do it. Oh God, here it comes. Yeah, you can't. You're not gonna hit the ball if you're worried about getting hit in the head.
Yeah, when Justin was skateboarding with me, I ollied over a knocked over traffic cone, and he was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." I started getting cocky because I was doing really good, and then I said, "I'm gonna ollie over, but like grab the board and like I was gonna try a trick." And I went and I landed fucked up and like face planted on the ground, and like I blacked out for a moment, and I was seeing stars, and I just see Justin over me. He goes, "Joe, are you okay?" I was like, yeah, Joe got too cocky and really needs to stop skateboarding because he needs to pay his mortgage.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Like, there was kids in my neighborhood that we would go like up to. There was a park in North Bergen. It was Hudson County Park, and there was trails up there, and they would just go rob the bikes. We would rob BMX bikes when they bring them back to Jersey City. I rode bike. I mean, I just wasn't never into any kind of sports like that. I just like football and baseballs, really.
Yeah, well, I went to that because I reached an age where I wasn't good at those things anymore. Like I was good at baseball, then it was like this certain age where everyone was leaps and bounds better than me.
Right.
And then skateboarding just came easy to me, and then I fell in love with it. It was the best, man. We had like the best group. We had like this huge group of kids. Like my dad was a carpenter. My friend Steve's dad was a carpenter. They built us these street ramps that we just put on a skateboard and wheel it to any part of town, and just basically put on our own show for people at like parks, you know.
Yeah.
And then we built a 12-foot wide half pipe in my friend Alan Dittman's backyard.
Okay.
And just we were doing half pipe. It was amazing. And I remember a friend of ours went to like skateboard camp. And met some pro skaters there. And there was this one name, I believe his name was Tom Graholski. He was like a pro skateboarder, lived in North Brunswick, New Jersey. Okay. He's like, yeah, we have our own half pipe in East Brunswick, and we're there one day. It's like a hot summer day. And the fucking dude just comes there. And he's like doing fucking flips and shit. We're just like, this is the greatest goddamn day ever. So then he invites us to his house. He had a half pipe in his backyard in Edison. It was either Edison or North Brunswick he lived, and it was a plexiglass half pipe.
Oh, wow.
And we're just sitting there, and he's like pros, and they're like, but everyone's taking their turn, and they wanted us to skate. And on a half pipe, they have something called a rolling channel. If you've ever seen a half pipe, it's straight across the top, and then sometimes they have a thing you can roll in on. It's like a little gap. Yeah. Well, his was on the side. It had a side rolling channel, so you're rolling from the side. Okay. So I was a little too anxiety to go from the top just because there was pro skaters around. So I was like, I'm just going to roll in, do a couple simple tricks, get rid of my anxiety, and then get the feel for it, and then I'll start doing my thing. So I get up, it's my turn, and there's a little lip where the side rolling channel meets the half pipe. I roll down, hit it, and just face plant
down the pipe
right to the floor.
Was that your only attempt?
No, I wound up going, but it took it was bad, man. I felt real bad. I sucked down like a few hot dogs for encouragement. It was so embarrassing, man, because like he saw me skate at my half pipe. Like I was one of the good ones.
Right.
He's like, I want to see you skate my half pipe. I'm like, this is gonna just open up doors for me. I'm like 15. I'm like 15, you know, and
right.
And once he sees me on his half pipe, he's gonna tell his guys about me, and then
I'm gonna be on his team. We're gonna travel together.
I mean, I know I'm really a street skater, but maybe I could be a half pipe skater. You know, if he mentored me, and I this is all in my head dipping in. And all right, Joe, it's your turn. Dream over. 5 seconds. Because even though I skated the rest of the day, I was all in my head. I was in my head. I'm like just doing the most simple tricks.
Yeah.
Oh, what an embarrassment. But and it's stories like that I remember. I'm like, and that's why I'm a comedian, because shit don't work out for me. Right? You know what I mean? Like that like it's the essence of what builds you to become a comedian. It's like shit don't work out. Right. It's like it's why who you are. Like you're not
this is like no choice.
You're not supposed to be an elite anything. And that is like everything you've tried. It's like thud. It's a comedic result of everything you've tried. You're slipping on a banana peel. You like my whole life is
right. It's good that you can look back at it in a positive way.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm 40 years old. You look back on all these things, and you're like, of course I am who I am.
Yeah.
It was either going to be drugs or creativity.
Right.
Because shit wasn't working out. I was going to be some guy in an office with a tie with a family.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? It just wasn't going to be. I was too goofy and too much, you know?
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah. Because even, that's what's great about comedy. Even in failure, you can have fun with it. You're just like, it almost, you can like, you know, you can almost, like even, like what's good about comedy is even in failure, you can have fun with it. It almost like fuels new bits.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, oh man, my life just fucked up. I'm going to tell you guys about it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's almost like if my life is going too good, I have nothing to talk about.
Right.
Oh, everything's been working out. Ha ha.
Yeah. Everything is amazing.
The guy in the front row knows what I'm talking about when shit's working out. The fuck's wrong with this guy? You should quit comedy. You got nothing to say. Yeah, you're right. Oh, man.
All right. Yeah, I wish I couldn't, man, I'm not talented at all. So, like, the only thing I could do was play baseball, and I couldn't do that right because I couldn't stop doing drugs long enough to focus.
Yeah.
You know? But, like, yeah, I never, like, got into the bike thing. No one had to do the tricks. Then, you know, the pegs and all these other things they did. I didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
I've tried, like on a skateboard, there's no flipping of the board. The best thing I can do is when you ride on the back two wheels for a second, scrape the back. That's the best trick I've ever come up with. And that was almost impossible to do every time I did it. Yeah, so like even my son was trying to do like where you jump up in the air and flip the board over twice and then land on it or whatever. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, the kickflip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can still do that.
Yeah.
Justin was shocked. Me too. I was shocked at so many years that I learned. He's like, holy shit. I'm like, your stepdad's amazing.
Like, I wish I would play guitar. Like, one of my old sponsors was a guitarist. And he was trying to show me, and I could not. My fingers just wouldn't go there. It's like I'll put your hand here, here, and here, and here, and then strum, and then move into there, strum again. I'm like, my fucking fingers just wouldn't do it. I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I was good at guitar.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
Yeah.
The next life.
The next life. Yeah, but you're a really good comedian. See, I'm okay. I'm pretty good at a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm pretty good at a lot of things. You're great at one thing. I'm serviceable at many things.
I could be a studio guitarist if you need a background studio guitarist.
I did. I played bass for a summer for my friend's band. I never played bass before. I was just a guitarist. I'm like, he's like, our bass player disappeared. We think he relapsed. We have all these gigs booked. Can you play bass? I'm like, I'll stay in key with you, but I ain't be doing no funky shit. I could technically play these songs. So
you couldn't rock out a solo like I got this.
No. Well, towards the end of the summer, I was comfortable and I could fuck around a little more, but I literally went into the studio with them to learn the songs.
Oh, okay.
Like a week before the first show.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, let's get this as simple as possible.
Yeah.
And then once you know the songs, and then at the end of the summer, they're like, "Oh, it's good, man. We should keep going." I was like, "Yeah, I'm starting my new semester of college." They're like, "Nah, take some time off." I'm like, "Nah." No. I don't know if you guys know, we made like $400 this summer. I can't live on that.
Did any of them continue playing music?
I don't know what happened to the drummer and guitar player. The guitar player was so good, but such a drunk, we had to like babysit him before a show.
Right.
Or else he'd get so drunk he couldn't play. Like we canceled a few shows that summer because he just collapsed during like the first song.
Really?
And we're just like, that's it, everybody. And the singer, I'm still in contact with him. Do you remember one time I had a guy play guitar before one of our shows? Yeah, him. Yeah, I still talk to him. He plays. He does solo stuff now. He plays in other bands. He just pops around.
Acoustic stuff, right?
All types of stuff. He was the one who wrote all the songs.
Right.
I mean, we just kind of played his songs.
Yeah.
And but it was a fun summer.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, because music, man, meeting broads is just like amazing. It's just there's just like that was like the best. That was like one of the best summers I ever had.
This is your sentence, because like music, bro. Meeting broads, it's amazing. Like what?
Because it's
but that was it. That's the whole thing about. Like, you summed it up in 3 words. Like music, meeting broads. It's amazing. Like what if I asked you? Did you ever play an instrument? Like, and you're like, I was gonna rock. My music, broads, amazing.
It was though. It was amazing how easy it was after you have a rockin' show.
Yeah, musicians.
Like it's just literally. I was the bass player, man.
Yeah.
I was just off on the side doing my thing.
Yep.
And it's just you couldn't not meet a girl. Like there's something wrong with you. Like they want to meet you and they want to hang out all night.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is great.
Yeah, that's not what comics. That's what happens to comedians.
No.
Nobody wants to. I mean, they think they want to hang out with us. It's usually broads are with a man. They're never really alone, or they're like 7 cackling fucking broads who are too drunk. And like one of them has they mostly all have boyfriends at home. It's never.
Occasionally it happens.
Occasionally though, not like happens. Musicians.
No, not like musicians.
Every night. Every night you're on a stage, there's going to be single broads in your room. You guarantee it.
Yeah.
Every night the comics on the stage. Like I'll just take for instance this weekend, and I'm only saying it because like my boy Troy was like, man, I hope there's you think there's any broads? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't pay attention to that shit. But it's how long you been doing comedy, man? Why do you think that's a guarantee for the weekend? We're comics. But he's been doing it for a while. I don't know if he's had success every single time he's been on the road. But I mean, so I was just looking to see, like Friday's show had 2 single girls in it, and they were left the show like, oh my God, you guys were great, and we're gone. Friday, Saturday, both shows, not one single girl.
Yeah. Well, usually that club, there's a lot, especially if the college is over now, so the local like if you go there like during school time,
right,
you'll see a lot of single young ladies and they hang up at the bar afterwards upstairs. Because I've seen the other comics just they're gonna go hang by the bar and be noticed.
Yeah, but like they got to go up there, and those girls didn't see you on stage, so it's just like being a guy.
No, I'm saying the girls that were in the show, they continue drinking upstairs.
Oh, okay.
So you go shoot pool over on the right by the bathrooms.
Yeah. I mean, I was just looking around, going, and Troy was like, "This sucked." There's no broads. I'm like, "Yeah, we're comics, man. Single broads don't hang out at comedy clubs, man."
No.
3 shows, 2 girls.
New York comedy clubs they would, but not road rooms.
Exactly. Yeah, New York spots they might go in and just hang, but and that's still, and that's less rare, but still not as free. If you did 3 shows as a musician, all 3 shows are going to have a lot of single girls.
Yeah.
Not that you're going to get a girl at every show, but there'll be a lot of girls.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so it's not the same.
No. Oh, especially when you're like, we were not a known band, so the fact that they're there at all, they're just there to see dudes rocking.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They paid money to go see no names.
Right.
So they're interested already. Just saw the poster.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay $5 and go in there.
Right.
You know?
Yep. Anyway.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. That's what I'm going to do. Not a fucking thing.
How was Hartford?
It was good, man. Good shows.
Yeah, packed, all 3?
No. He said even like the weekend before was less than what we had. It was, I would say probably, I think Friday night had like 60 people. First show Saturday had about 85, and the second show, maybe 90, and the second show had like 60 people again.
60 for a second show Saturday there is pretty good.
Yeah.
And they sit them right there. They're always right there.
Absolutely. No, they were good crowds, too. They were good.
Yeah.
We had fun.
Oh, cool. I had to move my September date to November, so that's cool. He gave me the weekend after Thanksgiving because I had something in September. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, I wish I could go back up there with you. And
well, I'm in there in November. Maybe they didn't pick another act yet. Maybe.
I'll shoot him
weekend after Thanksgiving.
Okay. So I go up. Saturday I wake up and it's like Troy is like not a fun guy to eat with. He's like, let's go for breakfast. I was like, all right, I guess I can go for breakfast. So we went to a place and ate like breakfast pancakes and stuff like that. It was like a 10-minute ride. We went somewhere, and so it was like 1 o'clock by the time we finished eating. So I couldn't get to the hot dog joint Saturday because I'm like, I don't want to go right before the show. I don't want to be fucking 2 hot dogs and fries shoved in my fat.
You don't get breakfast on the road. You sleep till noon and get fucking burgers and dogs and shit.
Exactly. So I said, all right, today we'll do that, but Sunday we wake up. My plan is to go to the fucking hot dog joint, grab 2 hot dogs at 12 o'clock, grab a Dunks for the road, and hit the road.
Yeah.
Walked in Sunday, parked, walked in, fucking closed. Open up the menu, open up the online. It's open on Sundays, but I guess Mother's Day it closed.
Well, yeah, they probably figured no one's strolling in for hot dogs on Mother's Day.
I was strolling.
Yeah.
And we had to go back to a different breakfast place.
Oh, you had a lot of breakfast. Ugh.
That's all I did is eat breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, I like breakfast, but not when there's other options.
Yeah, I know. But then I had the fish tacos twice.
There's nothing else to get there.
Then I got the last time I got broiled fish tacos. This time I got the fried. Did you like the fried?
Nah, I always get broiled.
Oh, I couldn't even. I did the first time. I didn't even ask. She didn't ask me. She brought me fried. Then the next day they were like, "You want the fried or the broiled?" I'm like, "What had they fry it in this? It almost like a. You ever see a tricolor like taco shells?
Yeah.
It's like it was like that. It was fried in that.
Oh, like crumpled up tortillas and shit.
Yeah. Holy fuck! It was good.
I'm getting that.
Oh, it was so good.
Get that. I'll get that Friday, and then Saturday I'll get the broiled again.
There you go.
That way I can, or maybe I'll get the fried again. I'll try the fried because I already know I like the broiled, but if fried blows me away, we're gonna go double fried.
So good, man. It was so good. So
nice.
That happened, and then we got dessert Saturday night, and I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that? didn't blow me away.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a good weekend. Comedy-wise, it was fun.
Nice.
I got a spot at Greenwich tonight.
Cool.
10 o'clock. What are you doing tonight?
Going home and relaxing. I'm burnt out from my weekend, man. I just stayed out too late, too many nights. And
you had shows this weekend?
At all church clean shows that I was sweating, and they all went great.
Oh, good.
I only had to do a half hour on Friday at this like Christian church. Like it's like one of those Christian churches, like the band on stage. So all the instruments were there. So they had to go on their stage where they do their sermons and shit. And it was I arrive at the gig and all I see is teenagers. I'm like, oh no. So I text Matt Jenkins. I go, it looks like it's just teenagers. He's like, oh really? And then I walk up and I meet the woman and I go, this is for kids? I thought it was. She's like, no, it's for all the parents. The kids are here to watch the little kids downstairs. So the teenagers are just volunteering because we're raising money for the retreat. So we go in there and it's all just adults.
Oh, good.
And I'm at like 33 minutes. I look down. I'm like, oh shit! And there was so much I didn't get to. It just gave me a lot of confidence of clean comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the next night I had to headline, and I walk in. It's this Good Shepherd Academy in Nutley.
Right.
And there's two nuns in the front, and I mean they have all the tables are sat. You know.
Right.
So, and I'm just like, nuns? Like, oh, God. So the woman comes up to me. She's like, all right. She's like, and James just wanted to clarify, you know.
Right.
She goes, you could say the word shit, but that's about it.
The nun?
The whoever was running it. She goes, they don't mind the word. She goes, no, these nuns are cool. You could say at least the word shit.
Okay.
I was like, all right, that's great leeway for a church gig.
Right,
but I think I said it once. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I did 50 minutes and it was amazing, dude. I had nuns laughing. It was fueling me. The nuns were laughing, dude. It was giving me like adrenaline. I'm like, I remember consciously thinking on stage, I'm like, I'm making nuns laugh. Nuns. You know what I mean? Like I thought they were gonna be judging me and they were gonna make the rest of the crowd feel weird.
Right.
But like Natty Bumper Car went up and murdered, like off the cuff improv, just destroyed. Yeah, we were all shocked too. It was just like
nice, good job, Natty.
And then this kid Pedro Gonzalez, who I met out at Laugh Fest, I hooked up with James.
Pitcher?
What?
Is he a pitcher for Toronto?
Pedro Gonzalez, yeah, he's a pitcher. He does the comedy and he pitches for the Orioles.
Okay.
Yeah. He did really good. You could tell he's a city guy, young guy, and I don't think he's done the road a lot, longer sets. And he did a really good, but you could tell like the doesn't have the chops fully.
The mechanics.
It's a very city. Like, let me get this joke, and then I'm gonna hit that joke, and then I hit that joke.
Right.
But he did really well. I was just shocked, man. I was just I don't. James is like, "Oh, are you gonna believe me now?" Because I always like panic text him like, leading up to these church clean gigs. I'm like, sure I can do this. And he's like, all right, is that going to be good enough for you to feel good about yourself for doing these? No, I said, because these happen to be cool nuns.
Yes.
I was like, don't act like all church gigs are equal.
No, they're not.
You know what I mean? Some of them are stiff as shit.
Uh-huh.
You know?
But I mean, I will say I've had some church gigs that have been, most church gigs have been way more fun than any cop gig I've ever done.
Oh, yeah. Well, dude, this was one of the best gigs I've ever done. Like that's how good I felt on stage, off stage.
Right.
You know, I was like, and it gave me a little bit more confidence. I'm like, wow, I did 50 minutes church clean, and I didn't even say some things that I wanted to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just, I don't know, is that little milestone, personal like milestone.
Right.
Things you didn't think you can do. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do more of that.
Did you do the gay thing with did you do the...
Oh, yeah, bomb both nights.
Music? Oh, the musical thing?
Yeah, both nights.
Really?
Stairs. Just nothing. The lead up to it's good. Like, just the fact of, like, the whole, like, vegan ribs and stuff. They laugh. But then that clean punchline I wrote, both nights, just stairs.
I wonder if it's because of the way you sold it. Maybe when you get to it, you don't sell it.
Maybe. I felt that the first night.
Right.
I was like, that was the first time I ever said it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, or it's my perceptions because Matt Jenkins goes, that one thing you tried worked pretty good. I'm like, no, it didn't. You must have been thinking of a different joke. So maybe I wasn't hearing the laughs that he heard. Right. But the second night, I'm feeling very good on stage. I'm very confident. I'm doing really well.
Yeah.
So I was all ready to sell it. And I wouldn't say it died, but it wasn't like, they're like,
right.
Oh, that's how that ends? All right. Tee-hee. Tee-hee, Joe, tee-hee. And I'll move on to my next jokey joke. But maybe I'll only try that punchline on clean shows, and I'll just keep trying to make it work on clean shows.
Right.
Because the other one works so good on a regular show. Why am I going to mess with it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
But did you see it? Just you going tee. Did you see? I just retweeted it. Brian Regan had a little video up. He's just there's like I guess it's like a boiler vent, like a boiler, a hot water heater vent. So it's like a square right above it, and it's got little things. You just see him from the side yelling, talking. He's like, Matthew. Hey, Matthew. And he just looks like, oh, well. He walks away, and the name of the vent was Modine. Matthew. Just to hear him Matthew? Hey, Matthew.
Oh, no.
And he looks, he's like, oh, well. And you didn't see Norm Macdonald's special yet?
No, I'm watching it this week. I have two specials I have to watch this week that I've heard great things about. His and Maria Bamford's. I find Maria Bamford to be
hilarious. I think she's hilarious.
So hilarious. Like when people say it's comedy and art, I'm like, not when most of the comedians do it.
Right.
But when she does it, it is.
Yeah.
Because it's so original.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
So nobody can do what she does.
Nope.
Most comedians are derivatives of comedians.
Yes.
They do comedy.
Yes.
She makes fucking new shit.
Yeah. She definitely. I didn't watch all of it. It was in the daytime. I felt I wanted to take a nap, but I watched Norm's 1.5 times.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know I love Norm's. I like that guy. Just he's like one of the people. If he's on panel on a show, I'm watching it. That's the only thing that will make me watch an interview on a late night show is Norm Macdonald.
Right.
Or him, sometimes Patton Oswalt, because he's always kind of funny.
I like that.
You know what I mean? But there's guys that are just funny on panel.
He had just real quick. He's like when somebody commits suicide, he's like people go, I don't know how he did that. He goes, oh, when somebody commits suicide, people are like, I don't understand. Like, you don't? What do you live in a house made of cotton candy? He's just got some hilarious lines. He said when he was young, everybody said if you do acid, you're going to have a flashback in 20 years. He's like, I like to think of myself as someone who gets the most out of his drug dollar. I think, a hit for $5 now, and I'm going to get high in 20 years again. Okay. So he went to his dealer, Frank. He's like, Frank, is that true? If I do acid today, I might get a flashback in 20 years? And Frank said, yeah. And he's like, sadly, 10 years passed, 20 years passed, and yes, even 30 years have passed. No flashback. He's like, just more horse shit from Big Acid. I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop. He's just, if you think Big Acid's out for you, they're out for third quarter profits.
That's funny. I can't wait to watch it.
So I tweeted that. That's just more horse shit from Big Acid at Norm Macdonald. Friggin' hilarious. Please, you guys got to watch Norm's new special, and it's called Hitler's Dog. It's Hitler's Dog. Something I can't think of. There's two other taglines to it, and I tweeted that, and he instantly retweeted it. Norm Macdonald instantly retweeted, and I've gotten 10 shares on 10 retweets and 90 likes on it. He instantly retweeted it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Like I said, I watched it one whole time, and then I watched little pieces of it. the next day. It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, we fucking dude. After that church gig, we went out to the TikTok diner. Me, James, and Natty
in Clifton.
In Clifton, Annette went out, and then Conti and Jackie Byrne met us there.
Okay.
It was just one of those late night, like just laughing our asses off, just being stupid. Like we were
awesome.
tearing. We started going live on Facebook. Just fucking around, and Conti gave us this fact that wound up to be true. We didn't believe him. Where if you count all the we have more trees than there are stars in our galaxy.
Really?
Yeah, and it was actually true. They can't really do the math equation, but they think it's even more than that. Like they can't physically count all the trees. So then I just started going
physically count all the stuff.
Or the stars. Maybe.
Can they really?
I don't know, but Google it. It's true. But I started going. I was like, "We're learning at the diner." So anytime somebody said anything that became like the chant, I'm like, "It should be a podcast." Learning at the diner. The people that were eating in that diner must have thought they must have hated us. We were so loud and
right.
Just
that's a fun night though.
I loved it. So I got home really late that night. I woke up for Mother's Day to go have breakfast with my mother. And then Sean Morton called me the night before. He goes, I got a free Metallica ticket. He has a friend that works for WDHA.
Yeah.
So I meet him for Metallica. It's like we're in a stratosphere.
The first picture you posted a picture of him tying his Daniel LaRusso headband on.
Yeah.
I've seen the draft, the top raft above your head, like right there. And I was gonna text you. I was like, "Are you guys at the concert? Are you fixing the rafters? What are you guys doing up there?"
But for free ticket, you're like,
absolutely,
I'll take it. It's just music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so he's just wasted. Because we get to the parking lot and him and his friends have like all whole campsite set up, hot dogs, brownies, boozing, and Sean Morton drunk. Well, I couldn't think of a name. Remember those like big blow up balloons that you would punch and then they would come back? That's how he wobbled. He looked like he was about to go down.
Almost like a Weeble wobble.
Like a Weeble wobble. Yeah, it was like he's just sitting there like on his phone texting with his gay headband on, all drunk, and he looks like he's gonna go down, and he comes back up. It was like this. He's a professional. He is like he looks like a grown little boy.
Yeah.
When he's drunk, because he's got that big Sean Morton face.
Yeah.
And it's all red, and he's all just like, "This is great." When he's drunk, he's like 8 years old. He's like, "We're gonna go." It's like, "Follow me, guys!" Like he just started like rhino blasting through crowds for us. We're just like, "Oh shit!"
So you guys start up top, and then I saw you went.
So we start up top, and Avenged Sevenfold ends, and then next band is Metallica. So he's like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm hungry." I'm like, I'll buy you food. Get me the ticket. Let's go now before Metallica. So
yeah.
We go down. We're gonna piss, and then so me, him, and these two girls he knows go down to the bathroom.
Okay.
And right by the bathroom there's guest services, and he's all drunk. He's like, "I should go tell guest services I'm having a hard time getting up the stairs, and see if they have any better seats for us lower." I'm like, "Go for it." He's like, "I'll wait for my friend to get out." So he goes up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting way up top again." And then this girl comes over. She goes, "And it's my birthday. It happened to be really B." She busts out her card. So they take all our tickets, and they give us tickets to section 111, right next to the stage.
That's awesome.
Oh, my God, dude. We were right there, man. We were
right up on the first, riser up, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And literally the section is guest services, so a lot of people could get thrown in there, but they didn't even fill that section. You can walk right up to the railing if you wanted to.
Oh, wow.
It was just amazing how it turned out.
Yeah.
And Metallica was so good, man.
Really?
It was so good. Sean left, there was 4 more songs to go. He's like, "I'm out of here."
He left?
He left. He was like, I don't know. He wanted to get home early. Okay. I stayed with his friends. I'm like, I don't give a fuck him.
What they close with? A new one?
Enter Sandman.
Okay.
Nothing Else Matters, Enter Sandman.
Okay.
Their encore in Philly was going to be Battery, Nothing Else Matters, Enter Sandman, but instead they did Fight Fire with Fire, which I don't think I've ever seen them do that live, because that's off their first album.
Right.
They normally would do the classics off that first album. What?
Bread Fan?
No. They did 4 or 5 songs off their new album,
Yeah, of course I got to.
But they were the good songs off the album.
Yeah.
And, you had Master of Puppets from the Bell Tolls, Fight Fire with Fire, Fade to Black they did, which was amazing.
Fade to Black, oh, that'd be awesome.
And then they brought this little drum set up, because they had like this stage, they had the stage and this other little stage that came out further. And they have a pit in the middle.
Yeah.
So they brought a drum set out there, and they all played next to each other to act like they were in a garage, like the Garage Band. And they played Seek and Destroy with like a small drum set. And it was just so... But they gave a shout-out because their first record company was Megaforce Records that was stationed in the Route 18 flea market in East Brunswick. And the guys that own Megaforce Records are from Old Bridge, New Jersey. So they gave a shout-out to Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
Those were the guys that gave them their shot.
Yeah, right.
They played Seek and Destroy. It was great. I haven't seen them probably since, like the mid-'90s.
Right.
And they said this was their first time back in 8 years. I didn't realize it was that long since they've been.
Oh, really?
To MetLife.
Right.
And it was just, James Hetfield just sounded so good, man.
Right.
And it was just, I don't know, it was just great, man. I just loved it. I love concerts, man, especially when it's a band you really love.
Right, yep. Yeah.
And
wonder if Brewer was there.
I'm sure all those guys were there.
Yeah.
But the dude from WDHA was really cool. He's like, yeah, man, I get tickets all the time. So, hanging out with Sean. Awesome. I was like, well, I'm in, dude. I don't give a fuck if it's in the top.
Right. Right.
And so then I got home from Metallica like 12, and I just been dragging ass, man. I just been dragging ass. Like I'm like, I don't even do drugs, and I feel like I'm hungover.
Right.
like holy shit.
You were just talking about Brewer. I said, I remember when I worked with him that one time we were driving, and he was telling me stories about Metallica and going over to what's his name's house, Hetfield. Yeah, so he's at him, his wife, Hetfield, and his wife, and they're having dinner. They're gonna have dinner, and they're sitting around having just hanging out, drinking coffee, whatever. And Hetfield says to him, "He's like, you want to hear one of the songs that we think we're gonna make the album? We're not sure. Want to hear one of it?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, I want it," but he can't act like that because he got to act like normal. And he's like, yeah, whatever, you do whatever. So he's like, all right, cool. So they go in in the living room, and he starts blasting the song, and then Hetfield's wife comes in, and is like, turn it down. Turn it. We're not doing music today. Turn it off. And Brew was like, shut the fuck up. Like he wanted to kill his wife. Hetfield's wife, like, shut the fuck up. It's
to her, she's just like, that's his husband. She's like, shut up with your fucking music.
It showed him he had to turn it off, and he's like you think this the leader of the greatest rock band of all time, he's got to shut his mouth, turn his music off because his wife yelled at him.
That's like that picture that's on the internet. It's the lead singer of Slayer. Yeah. He's at some award show with his family, and he's giving the devil horns and this, and his kids are eye rolling him. Like even when you're the lead singer of Slayer, you're a nerd to your kids. You're at the awards, your dad. Dad, stop being Slayer at the music awards.
It was like me and a way lower scale, so I'm not putting myself on these same fucking comparisons, but maybe 6 months after last comic, and I was at the diner with my daughter, and an AA group was in the back, and one of my friends comes over and was like, "Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going?" And so he goes back over we talked for a bit, he goes back and sits down, and he comes over with this blonde, who's this hot blonde, who's like, he's like, dude, she wanted to come over. She was like, was that Mike Gaffney you were with? Mike Gaffney? Oh, my God, I want to go say hi to him. Can I go say hi to him? So she was fawning and excited to say hi, took a picture and walked away. And my daughter's like, the fuck was that about? My daughter.
Yeah.
She's like, does she know that you sleep in the same shorts and T-shirt every night?
Yeah.
Who are you? You're nobody. All right, thanks.
Yeah. It does feel good, though.
Yeah, it felt good until my daughter put me in reality world.
Yeah.
You sleep in the same shorts every night, Dad.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that guy. No, she doesn't. Not many do, Sam. Not many do.
If we can multiply her by just 2,000, I'd be good.
Well,
so Metallica was fun. I felt like was so. It was just fun, man. It's just.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's funny because you see the aging metalhead from like the late '90s, from the early '90s. You know
it was
what I
like
mean?
when we went to see Black Sabbath. You see those.
Well, Black Sabbath's even older.
Those 80s metalheads.
Well, Black Sabbath is 60s, 70s metalheads.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but 80s too. A lot of people my age.
Yeah.
In the 80s. But, like, remember just looking at them holding on. Like, wow, you've had that shirt since 83, man, and you're really still wearing it.
Yeah. Well, James Hetfield goes, how many people have seen Metallica before? And, like, a huge amount of hands go up. And then he goes, how many people is their first Metallica show? It seemed like half the stadium. You're like...
Really?
This is their first Metallica show. It's like
people missed it. They missed it. Did you ever hear Brewer said that the first time he saw Metallica? Did you ever hear that story? He went to see. I forget who they opened for at Brendan Byrne. Mm-hmm. And they were opening for somebody, and like normally, the opening band people are just nobody really even fucking going into the arena. You know what I'm saying? Normally, he's like, but they were like, the whole floor was packed and people were just waiting for the opening band to come.
Yeah.
And he was like, who the fuck what? How come everybody's in here already? You know what I'm saying? He didn't know who they were. And they were like, this new band, some Metallica. He's like, okay. And they were just sitting, waiting. And then they came out, and I think he opened with like, I think he said he opened with Four Horsemen. Mm. It was just like, going that fucking song. He was like, what the fuck is this? Like, and it just went off, and he was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are amazing. He fell in love from the moment he heard it.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, I remember there was a band. I mean, they're not hugely popular, like, with the mainstream, but I had a buddy who, his band would play a lot of the bars all around Jersey.
Right.
So we went one night to see his band. But there was going to be a couple bands in one night.
Yeah.
And there was this band called Cold. Now, at the time, nobody knew who Cold was.
Right.
But if you listen to them on metal stations on XM and stuff a lot now, like in the metal world. But nobody knew of them then, and they go on before my friend's band, who's just this regular, they're just garage kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just like, why the fuck are they playing here? Like,
this
is some little ass bar, and they were like amazing.
Right.
And then like, we go outside, and then you notice their tour bus up the street. There was just like a spot they took. Like, they were touring to tell people who they were.
Right. Okay, yeah.
You know? I think I had one of my friend's cymbals in my car because it couldn't fit in his car. Like, that's how, like, how they didn't belong at this bar. You know what I mean? And I'm like, Jesus, man, good luck following that motherfucker. Dude, you're just like, and then like, you start, like, seeing them, like,
Right.
You know, everywhere. Cold is opening up for Korn. Cold is opening up for whatever. And you're like, damn. But you just knew it. From the moment the first string was hit, and then the guy sings, you're like, these motherfuckers are going to be famous.
Right.
Like, there's just no undeniable.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
But, I want to go, like, this is the most I've gone to shows in the past couple of years. I did Guns N' Roses and Black Sabbath last year.
Right.
Metallica this year, and I'm like, I got to do more of this. I love it. I love these experiences, and I'm in a time in my life where I can afford to sit close if I wanted to.
Right. Yep.
Like, I was going to go with KP and Sean. We were going to buy tickets, and then they bailed on me, so I was like, I'm not going to go by myself.
Right.
And then Sean got the free tickets. So and then KP saw we were sitting. He's like, "What the fuck?" I go, "You said you wanted to fucking stay home, motherfucker."
Yeah, right.
You missed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's that. Then
that's how I feel about Yankee games, man. Like a good Yankee game, like just going. And I don't even want to go. I want to. I don't know where to find the tickets, but those fucking counters where they have the numbers and the stool, and they won't even let you sit there and eat. I want to buy those tickets, man. Yeah. There's never anybody there. Just
because they suck. I'll tell you, because they suck because they bother you the whole game.
Right. I don't mind them bothering me because I'll just keep my tickets out. Look at the ticket. Leave me alone. Look at the tickets right there. Fucking leave me alone. I don't mind it. I don't mind being bothered. I just love that seat that you're under the overhang. And it's like right there. You can see the whole game is right there.
No, it was a good seat. I got him with Justin. It did annoy us at the time. But
how did you get the tickets? Online? I can't find them.
Back then, it was like I'm subscribed to Yankee. They send me like ticket deals all the time, and that was one of them one time.
What does it say? What's the name of it?
I forget. That was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, but like if you go on the website, Yankee website, you cannot buy the tickets. They're not like, let me pick this section. That section doesn't exist.
I don't know. There was because what they were doing then, they were having a promotion on those. Right. And not only were they bothering you to see your ticket, they kept bothering you to see if you wanted to buy them for season tickets. So I think they were trying to get people to like those seats.
Well, I love them.
Yeah. I'm sure you can find them somewhere. I have to get to a game, man. The weather's turning. I got to get to a game.
The game that I went to, like, I went up underneath and I wanted to eat like my steak sandwich, and I'm like, can I stand here? He's like, no, but you can go in like the little cafe and sit down. I'm like, I can't stand right here. None of them. Nobody was sitting in any of them. So I'm like, I get you have a job and people are going to keep loading up here, but can't I just have my sandwich and I'll go sit downstairs? Like, where can I get this ticket? I want this fucking ticket. I just want to sit here. I'll sit here the whole game. I'll eat so many sandwiches that whatever you're losing in the seat down there, you're going to make up for food.
Right.
I just don't know where to buy them. But I want to do that. Like, as I'm getting older, I want to go to, a game every, 2 weeks and sit in the, you know what I mean? I just want to do that.
Yeah, we did that in the 90s one time. Me and my friends bought a 12-game package.
Yeah.
And it's like spaced out over the whole season.
Yep.
I don't know if it is now, but like back then, if you got like the 12-game package, you were guaranteed an offer to buy a playoff ticket.
Yep. Same thing. I was going to do that. My nephew was going to sell them for me, like, because he's really good at selling them. If I didn't, if they made the playoffs, he's like, maybe you don't want to do it this year because you might not make the playoffs, but next year do it.
Yeah, it's tough for me. Back then when I did it, I didn't have the job I have that's all over the place schedule-wise.
Right.
And so you'll look at these package plans, you're like, I won't be able to go to half of these games.
That's what deterred me from buying it. Yeah. Because I was like, the games that I picked were, there was a 12-game package. I was going to buy this a couple months ago. And they were all Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday games. No weekends, which were great.
Yeah.
And there were night games, 7 o'clock game, only one day game out of all those 12, which was perfect. I don't want day games.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit in the sun baking on me. I just don't want to do that. So I was going to buy that. The only thing I was thinking is like, yeah, okay, it's going to cost me for one ticket in the good seats. It would have been $1,200 for a pair for 12 games.
Yeah.
In really good seats.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so if I get the $600 tickets and have somebody else buy, then I have to have that day. I got to have $100 just to park and do all of that too. I'm like, sometimes I don't have it like that to where I have an extra $100.
Right.
I just don't want the pressure of thinking to myself, I got to get to that game because I bought the tickets. I don't want that. I'd just rather not.
Yeah.
Just rather be like, if I can go, let's see what tickets are available. Or go across the street to the guy. They work for the Yankees, but they get tickets.
Right. Yeah, I always look on StubHub. They're so cheap now. Like game day, you can get. Not as cheap as they used to be because Yankees suck balls, but otherwise, they still can get some cheap tickets.
Right.
I want to sit in those outfield seats so bad, like those ones that are like in front of the bleachers in the outfield, like by the bullpen.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's such a good perspective. I just want to sit there.
Yeah, those were for the 12-game package. Those were I think like $395 for 12 games. It's not bad.
No, I'd love to do it one time, but like I said, it's more than just the ticket.
Yeah, exactly. Like he gave me those free tickets. They were amazing seats. That free ticket day, wound up costing me $110.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how much a day cost.
Yeah, like in the 90s when we had them, when they were like really good, the Yankees, it was like, I'm trying to remember which year it was. I'm going to say it was like 99.
Right.
It's so easy to dump those tickets if you wanted to sell them.
Oh, yeah.
If you couldn't go, it was like literally so easy. And this is before StubHub and shit. You just ask people, hey, I got Yankee tickets.
Yep.
And you'll sell them. Did you watch the Jeter ceremony?
I did. I was just thinking about that. Like one of the memories they showed on the you remember like his highlights. There's one memory that they showed on that game on that screen was I was at that game. It was my birthday, July 23rd. We were playing Cleveland, and that's when Manny Ramirez was on Cleveland.
Yeah.
And Manny Ramirez has always been a Yankee killer.
Always.
In the top of the ninth, crushed either a 3-run homer or whatever the fuck he did. I just know he made us down by 1. We were losing by 1. And I was so angry, man. As he was walking back out to right field, I was sitting in the low section, between, I was right off of first base, little into the outfield, but right there. It was perfect, beautiful seats on the rail, looking down. And as he was walking, I just kept calling him a motherfucker, yelling, "You motherfucker!" Ruined my birthday. We were doing what, motherfucker? And then Jeter came up and hit a 2-run blast, not home run, but over Manny's head.
Yeah.
Clearing 2 runs in, we win. A walk-off double is what he got. And as the fucking place, was just electric. This is, you're talking, I think it was 90, 98, maybe 97. It was just electric, dude. It was just you remember it always looks like, especially a night game when they win and the place is packed and it looks like it's smoking, the field was foggy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it was just smoky and foggy. The place, everyone's just jumping up and down, high-fiving strangers. And I just, as Manny was walking back, I was like, you mother... Hello?
Yo.
Yeah, that didn't... You're not showing up his video.
Oh.
Undo your thing.
How about...
It's... Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yeah. When you yelled, it just... I don't know. You think you broke the internet or something?
Yeah, that's what I did. Me and Kim's ass. Yeah, anyway, I did watch the Jeter thing, and it was good.
Yeah. It was good. I liked it. I like seeing it. I listen, I know you'll disagree with me on this. Mm-hmm. I'll preface this by saying I love Derek Jeter. He's one of my favorite Yankees of all time. I love watching him play.
Don't you talk about them retiring his number.
What? No, I'm not talking about retiring number.
Okay.
Here's my critique of Derek Jeter. He's a fucking robot, man.
Yeah, there's no emotion.
He's got no...
Depth.
Give me something, man.
Yeah, that was disappointing. I'm not gonna disagree with you.
Okay, it's dude, it's over.
Yeah.
Just be a human being or something. You're too manicured. You're too... I don't know. Maybe it's just him, but it's the one thing I don't like about him. It's I'd like you have a little something extra. A little flaw to you, a little attitude, something.
No, but I like the emotional guys. When you seen when who was it that retired a couple years ago, couldn't get through his speech. I like that shit. Give us some heart, man. Yeah, this is something you love doing. You play at the top of the game. This was your dream since you're a little 3-year-old. Act like it fucking chokes you up. No, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
His farewell speech was thank you for letting me play for this organization. You guys were great. What are you kidding me?
He's very corporate.
Yeah, very corporate.
Way too corporate. And I'm I felt very underwhelmed because I got home after Metallica and I watched the replay of it.
Oh, okay.
And then and then he gets to the mic, and I'm I stayed up for this? You stink.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole thing, though, the ceremony, I appreciate the ceremony. It made me, I was emotional retiring, seeing his plaque, knowing, how important it is to the fans and to this organization. But it was so, I don't know. It was a lot of cart before the horse. Before the ceremony begins, it's look out, there's Derek Jeter and his family. Unveiling number 2 on the wall. It's why do we see him already? And then you have him drive around the whole field on a golf cart. Then you have him go in the dugout and come out again. What the fuck? We've seen him already. You can't put him away and have him walk back out like it's a big reveal.
Yeah.
I think they should have done the plaque and then have him drive on out to number 2, do that, and end it. Not the number 2, Everyone comes out. We talk. We see his memory. He's standing out there in the outfield waiting to get in the cart. Gets in the cart, drives around, waves to everybody, gets out, goes in the dugout, and comes back out like, voila, I'm here again. Like, yeah, we saw you, man. We saw you go in the dugout.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I shut off my TV, and it was just.
And then he gets up there. You're like, oh, like you heard that one story that Michael Kay said. I think it was Michael Kay. Somebody, he was asked the night before. It's like dinner, like at the restaurant where everybody was together, and everybody was like, standing up, saying words, give him a toast, and it was time for him to talk. And he's like, I have one speech ready, and I'm going to do that tomorrow, guys. Like, so you think like it's going to be something, and that's all you had? You could have said that fucking at dinner.
Yeah, bore fest.
It was. No, absolutely.
But other than that, good Yankee. But yeah, he's just a dud human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah, no, it's just.
I swear his Hall of Fame speech better have something better than this corporate drivel. Like, it's got to be a little bit. I know it's not going to, but I'm hoping he's like, just shows a little.
It's not going to, because either.
He needs like his dad to die or something before to like make it emotional, or like his mom to die, or else we're getting no emotion.
He's going to yell it up. Hey, remember your mom died. Go, do the speech. Your mom died.
Yeah, Derek. This is what we want out of you. This is what it took.
Yeah, you know what, though? But the one thing you can say about him, he's a consistent robot because he's never been emotional. He is always about the game. Like, he fucking cheers when he's just always been that guy. He's never been. So it's like, yeah, you would hope for like, now it's over, buddy. You can't just be real. But I guess he is being real.
There was one. I remember one time. I'm gonna say it was the Don Zimmer. There was one fight, one brawl during the playing days. I don't know if it was the Don Zimmer throwdown.
Right.
But I remember when it happened, because you see the other players like, fuck that, and we're going.
Yeah.
And Jeter's just like on the outskirts. And I remember that, losing a little respect for him back then. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
At least fight with your team.
Right.
Like, you see him on the outskirts, like, and then once it's already like together, he's the guy who's like, all right, it's already contained, and he's like looking back like, yeah, what? It's like, no, Derek. It's over. You can't look back and say, yeah, what now?
That's how I used to fight.
Like, at least A-Rod smushes Varitek in the face.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, like I remember like watching him. It's like, come on, man. If he, let me tell you something. If he would have punched or pushed one person properly in any of those bench clearing things, I would have been. I don't even care if he's a robot when he talks. Be like, this guy's that's a fucking Yankee right there. You know what I mean? Think of all the other iconic Yankees. You know they would have thrown down.
Oh, absolutely. You don't think Munson would have choked him?
I think it would have helped his brand. Like, Derek Jeter punched Pedro Martinez in the face because he threw Don Zimmer around and be like, that's right. Stick up for Don Zimmer. I think it would have helped him.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just me. I can't be the only one that thinks like that, though.
No, you're not.
You're just like, come on. Just be like, come on. I should write him a letter. Can you hit somebody?
In the name of the Yankees, can you just punch?
I know you're not a Yankee no more, but punch somebody.
Yeah, it was a little underwhelming.
Yeah, underwhelming. Anyway, but good Yankee. Yankees are crumbling, but not crumbling really. But like, they play the best team in the American League. But but what's happening is they lost their closer. The pitching just stinks. It's like, if we're not hitting,
right?
I mean, like,
which we did hit. Look at that series.
We hit a ton.
We just
they hit more.
And our pitch didn't keep us in it.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean, this is the most fun I've had watching the Yankees in years. Even in losses, I have fun with them because it's not over.
Right.
Like, even the second game, I remember I'm in my car leaving the parking lot after Metallica, and it's the
7-2,
and ninth, and then like, oh, Chris Carter's up. I'm like, and it's over.
Yeah.
He's been getting. He got some hits. No, Aaron Hicks. It was Aaron Hicks.
Yeah. Right.
Aaron Hicks was up. I'm like, all right, that's not who I want right now. I know he had a few good ones recently, but historically,
right. But even that second game, we were down 7-0, and they went. We come
Right.
back. We came back and put 7 runs on the board. A little too late.
Yeah. Like last year, I have my CBS Sports app that gives me update every time a score happens and then every 3 innings. Last year, the losing was so bad, I took off notifications.
Yep.
Now I got notifications on for everything. I'm like, yeah, Judge hit another. Yeah.
You have bunt on. Anytime there's a bunt, I want to know.
Yeah, I'm on stage and like my legs vibrate and I'm like, oh, fucking, I'm missing a great game.
Yeah. But it's actually me and Ken texting back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I got into a thing. I put again, is that I don't know how come it's coming up every week, but of course, someone in the program, of course, it's got to be one of these. I'm so spiritual. My life is good. I live a recovery life, but yet I'm still a shitbag.
For people that are new listeners, he's talking about 12-step program.
Yeah. So some guy posted, I don't give a shit about Jeter. That was his post. That's the whole post. I don't even understand what the point of your post is. You have to tell everybody who seems to be giving a shit about Jeter that you don't?
Well, it's the
Who
miserable
gives
people
a-
we talked about.
Yeah.
That's like people go, we get it. You went to Metallica. Like somebody goes, we get it. Everybody went to Metallica. It's like, yeah, everybody but you.
Right.
And you wanted to, and you didn't, and that's why you're mad.
Do you think it's that only? Or is
I don't
just
know. Just miserable people.
people?
It's,
So I
it's
went on to
become
that
a running.
kid.
It's become a weekly bit on here.
No, I know.
many
So I went
miserable
on the
people.
guy who said, I don't give a shit. All he said, I don't give a shit about Jeter. And I was like, and then the first person who commented to them was like, I got news for you. He doesn't give a shit about you. And then I said, so what? Has all the people who do that do give a shit about Jeter been texting you, telling you had to? Like,
Right.
What are you telling us for? So why you don't like Jeter? Like what? Like, oh, I don't get this. Like, I don't understand how people aren't on board with the fact that there's a lot of things in the world that other people enjoy that you may not. How is that not penetrating people's fucking brains? It's like, you love the Beatles? Yeah, I don't like the Beatles, man. I love Led Zeppelin, though. Like, so what?
Yeah, people are like, why do people always got to post what they're doing? Because this is what social media is. What else is there?
Yeah,
That's
we're
what
gonna
it
post-
is. How about you get off it?
Right, you obviously have no idea what to do here.
And for a guy
like-
that bitches about it, you're on it a lot.
Right.
For people that bitch about how stupid people act on it, you can't seem to not watch.
Right.
Oh,
And one
fuck
of these
outta here.
hack road comics with like these hack fucking dinosaurs were like, oh, I wish I can get rid of social media. And no, she said something about like deleting this, watching you guys ramble on about shit you don't know nothing about. And then someone was like, you should delete Facebook then. That's the best way to do it. Delete Facebook. Says, can't do it. Part of my business. Listen, let me help you out, shitty comic. No one gives a fuck. You don't have fans. No one cares about you.
No, because you're not even funny on here. Try and be
Yeah.
funny instead of whiny. How about that?
Yeah.
Fucking loser. I saw another hack comic. Enough with the bashing of Trump. Like this whole like enough with I called out comedians. Enough with comedians bashing Trump. But if this was Obama, I go, hey, are you really, as a comedian, trying to stifle the speech of comedians?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you sensitive? That's like I put the snowflake thing today.
That's
I'm like,
exactly, yes.
I go, why? I go, it's like enough defending this retard. You know what I mean? You guys,
Right.
You guys defend him no matter what he does.
And then
And you're insecure about what he does. That's why you defend him. Because you know what doesn't need defending? Doing the right thing.
right.
Doesn't need defending. But doing the
Right.
wrong thing needs a lot of defending.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get the
and you
fuck
can look
outta
at that, and you can take those words right there. Defending doesn't need a lot. Doing the right thing doesn't need a lot of defending. If you think about, and nowhere am I saying Obama was perfect. Of course, he was not perfect. There's a lot of the system that doesn't. that is not doesn't work in everyone's favor.
Right.
So Obama didn't kill it. Wasn't the worst president ever that people would like to say, but and they have no evidence of that. There's no numbers to support how the worst president ever. But anyway, when they would put stuff up, negative stuff about Obama, people would not really have to defend. It wasn't a lot of I didn't give a lot of pro-Obama stuff because I'm like, the dude's doing his job. I don't really have to be pro-Obama here.
Well, because all the Obama stuff was a lot of racial stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I saw a lot of monkey memes in my feed.
Yeah.
You know? It's I can't even engage a psychopath to post that.
Right, exactly.
If you're posting that, you're so far from a conversation I want to have.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Dude, I saw a meme from a guy who, I'm not going to say his name, but he just, I don't know if you saw, you still get updates from my website, from my fan page?
Yeah.
So 3 days ago, some dude emailed me on my fan page, was like, "What's up, Cracker? How you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know him. We don't have anybody in common. He's from Florida. His profile picture is him with a Nazi helmet on, but then he's got Nazi pictures all over his Facebook. He's got a meme, 4 Muslim women with the face covered up, just the eyes showing, and then below that it's split. 4 Muslim women, and the below was 4 KKK members with their hoods on. And he says, "You support this, but not this. What's wrong with this?" What? Huh? So the KKK and the Muslim women dressed like that are the same. They should get the same respect.
I can't talk to people like that.
Nope.
You're in another universe than me.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to go to that universe.
You know what I mean? You're just in that. Listen, man, Ann Coulter called out Trump today for being a shitty president.
But did she, or is that just? I didn't want to read that article. I don't think
she did.
she.
No, she totally did.
Oh, really?
She said,
okay.
Oh, yeah, she totally did. On everything he's doing wrong.
I didn't think.
Yeah. She said he could save himself if he actually does the things he said he was going to do. She still wants him to do the shitty things he said.
Yeah,
she's he's not even doing the shitty things he says he's doing.
Yeah. She wants the shitty things.
But he's not even doing that.
Yeah, she's just mad that he's not getting to that.
But she said he's doing, and all the other stuff is stupid too. All the leak, everything else he's doing on top of that is stupid. Not only is he not getting anything done, but he's doing awful things in the meantime.
And that's the problem the Republicans are having. See, here's the thing. You get angry. All the Republicans are siding with Trump because they have so much agendas that they're trying to get through while they still have while they have control. But they can't get to their agendas because fucknut won't stop screwing up.
Listen, Trump is not stupid. He knows the moment this tax benefit goes through for them, they're going to turn on him.
Right.
They don't even care about health care that much because it still falls on Obama as negative.
Yep.
They don't. They did that little press conference just to shut people up and look good for a brief moment. As soon as they get the tax break, they already got the Supreme Court pick. So they got that tax break. That's it. They're going to turn on him. Not one day before that.
Nope. Exactly.
So if I go and tell liberals, if you want Trump out, just push the tax thing that's going to happen anyway. Right. Now, give the billionaires their tax for the next 4 years. Mm-hmm. Get Trump out and then win again. Then you can reverse all that shit. But that's the only way you're going to get them to go against him. Right. That's it. That's
and another thing is if you're afraid, as a Democrats, if you're afraid that this tax bill, which is horrific, is really going to be such a disaster, let it go through so you can show how much of a disaster it is.
Well, right. That's like the health care plan. If the health care plan they proposed doesn't go through, it still falls on Obamacare, and they still look good.
Yeah.
You have to hurt these people. Apparently his voters need to be hurt by the new health care for them to go against them. The best thing that could happen for liberals is the health care goes through, in my opinion. Yeah. Because until these people feel it, this new plan that they promised you is dog shit, until that's proven, it's so easy just to blame it on Obamacare. That's why Trump was like, no, let's keep Obamacare. At least while I'm here.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is great for me. You still blame him because as soon as it becomes Trump care, now it's on him. Yep. Because it's going to be called Trump care. And I put it out there to any conservatives who listen to this. Trump's main thing in life was putting his name on things, and he doesn't want it to be called Trump Care. Shouldn't that give you pause that the man who lives for painting his name on things is like, don't call it Trump Care?
Right. Yeah.
Believe me, if it was as good as he says it is, he'd be like, this is definitely Trump Care in gold-ass letters.
Yep.
But I think they're not going to get it through. It was just a press conference. Nobody gives a fuck about the healthcare thing no more.
No. And I truthfully don't believe, I believe all the hype of it's crumbling, it's falling apart, it's imploding isn't real. I believe if they yank 24 million people's coverage and give you this, well, you have access to healthcare. Always had access to healthcare. I just can't afford it. Everyone has had access.
Yeah, the word is affordable healthcare.
Exactly.
We need affordable
not access.
Healthcare.
That's not the word what's been missing.
Yeah. That's why I want to tell people to be like, why should I pay for old, sick people? Because that's what you do. And then when you're old, young people pay for you.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Because motherfucker, because I want to tell these motherfuckers, I'll be like, whatever money your parents are going to leave you, if they rack up healthcare bills when they die, those have to be paid first before you get any.
Yep.
Dumbo. So if there's no Medicare or Medicaid,
the truth is, it's not about old people. It's about poor people, and poor people are black and brown and Spanish and don't belong here. That's the truth. That's what it's all about. That is why Trump won, because he was able to say that, and people were like, yeah, man, we're paying for all these fucking black people and brown people to get free shit. Fucking healthcare is a privilege. It's not a fucking right. You got to work to get that.
It's about young white people not wanting to pay because they're healthy and they don't feel like they need health care because nobody goes to the doctors in their 20s, and then when they were forced to pay,
they're like,
part fuck
too.
That. They're like, fuck that. You know what I mean?
But like they say, like it's an entitlement. Like this Obamacare was sold as an entitlement, like it's another welfare thing. The truth is, I got Obamacare, but I don't have Obamacare. I have New Jersey Health Care, which was already in place before Obamacare. It's just an extension of Medicare is all it is. But I could never get it. They would never let me get it. I would have to go on welfare and all this stuff just to get it. But when I went on to Obama's website, they got me into it.
Yeah.
So that's how I got it because they extended Medicare to through Obamacare. But they want to reverse that and roll that back. Then I'll go back to having to get welfare and all that shit to be able to, to qualify.
I saw a Republican on TV say that he believes this new Republican plan will pave the way for universal health care because this could be so shitty. People are going to get kicked off their. It's gonna make it easier to sell universal health care.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
another thing that blows my mind is that the morons who think that just because Trump says everyone's going to it's going to be cheaper for everybody, everyone's going to get it. Everyone's going to have health care, and everything's going to stay like the same. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be a lot more doctors. Like, he says all these words, and my thing is, why didn't 8 years ago we all didn't just sit down? If it was really about all Americans, not fucking Obama or not the Republican, all Americans, if we really cared, why didn't we just sit down 8 years ago, all the people, and say, all right, let's write this so we can do this for everybody? Why wasn't that a thing? Because it's truthful. It's not it's not easy to make healthcare affordable for everybody. It's not.
No, because as long as healthcare is run by the profit motive,
right?
And then you have an insurance. Insurance makes things more expensive. Just like giving out free money just like giving out college loans from the government makes college more expensive. Before the federal government subsidized college loans, college was expensive, but not as expensive it is now. Now colleges are like, the government gives that money to anybody.
Right.
And we don't care if we put these kids in debt.
Yep.
I bet if the government's... That's one government program I don't agree with. I bet if you cut that off, it would force college to knock their prices down.
Yeah.
Because they can't get that many kids, so you have to make it affordable.
Right.
That's like the one part of like conservative principles that I do agree with sometimes. That if you take away like a safety net like that, it forces the industry to make things cheaper.
Right,
Just
right,
like
right.
they talked about it with like LASIK eye surgery. That's not covered
Yeah.
under insurance. So now you
Right.
can get it for $300
Oh, really?
because they have to. Because no one's going to go out and pay $4,000 for it
Right, right,
when the insurance companies were. You know what I mean?
right, right,
So now there's competition. Oh, this guy's doing it for $500. I got to do it for $300.
right.
I want these patients.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So there's some stuff to that.
Right.
You know, but I don't know. People are just idiots, man. I did it. I posted something last week and nobody challenged me on it because I see people just blindly say, health coverage is not a constitutional right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, a lot of your rights weren't constitutional rights, dummy.
Yeah.
That's why they're called amendments to the Constitution. They amended the Constitution. They amended it to give you guns that you love so much.
Right. Was there anything in the Constitution
They
that talked about
amended
the
it to
internet?
take your money. They amended it to make you pay taxes. And nobody
Right.
bitches about that.
Right.
There's an amendment that says you have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
That wasn't the original thing.
There's also amendments to deal with the internet and online. This, you know what I'm saying? There was no internet when fucking they drew up the first Constitution. You have to.
But a dummy just writes that when you write saying,
Yeah.
no, this is actually what history says,
and it's over. Yeah.
then
yeah,
they do
yeah.
nothing.
No, of course there's no comeback.
No.
You know, like when
I just,
people.
you know what? It's going to be a tough fight. Healthcare is the only thing that I care about because I was going to post it today, but I didn't want to get into a healthcare debate. But it's like,
Right.
you guys are worried about ISIS. Healthcare is going to kill you before ISIS, before Russia. You're going to get killed by healthcare. It's going
Right.
to murder you because not covering you.
Right. Right.
You know, like I just want to be like, I want to post out. I want to be like, all right, all you motherfuckers that are against fucking healthcare, Obamacare, do you even have a chronic illness? Do you even have a chronic illness? Show
Right.
me your bill. Show me your bill for your chronic illness.
Yeah.
Because if you don't
yeah.
have a chronic illness, you don't know what the fuck healthcare is.
Right.
If you're just going to the doctor for checkups and blood tests,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
Absolutely.
Show me your
Right.
chronic illness like my wife has. She has a chronic
Right.
illness. That's the show me those bills and then tell me you don't like Obamacare.
Right.
Because until you
Right.
show me that, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't
Yep.
pay real medical bills. You
Yeah.
know
There's
what I mean?
not. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what it's about. It's about
Right.
chronic bad illnesses that bankrupt people.
Right.
Like, yeah, we can go to a hospital and they don't turn you away. Yeah, but you don't
But
want to
you-
go to the emergency room to find out you have cancer.
No.
Because by the time it's too late.
It's way too late.
You want a blood test to catch it early, like my wife did.
But even
And
when
she
you
still
go,
kind
like-
of caught it late. She's a woman that goes to the doctor all the time, every
Right.
year, and still caught it late.
Right.
She's
But even if you go, like, say I had a bad stomach ache, and we go in there and we find out I got some sort of stomach fucking disease. We find out because I had a stomach ache. I went there. You think the emergency room is going to set me up with a stomach doctor? You think all that's going to happen? No.
Yeah.
Where am I getting a specialist from? You think it's going to happen in the emergency room? No. I got to get a doctor that's going to fucking send me to another specialist. That doesn't happen. When you don't have insurance, you don't. I have insurance and can't find a guy to operate on my shoulder. No one wants this part of Obamacare to operate on my shoulder. I can't find a motherfucker to operate on my shoulder. So
Yeah.
imagine if you go to the emergency room, you got some stomach disease that I got to have to go get operated on. Who wants to do it? He doesn't have insurance. Oh, he doesn't have insurance? Good luck.
Yeah. Then you see and I always give the other side a little credence to their issues where it's like, yeah, why should I pay for these motherfuckers that live unhealthy? It's like, yeah, like there's never going to be no motherfuckers to be like, I'm just going to stop being a fat fuck so I can lower insurance premiums for everybody else.
Yeah, it's just
No,
it's like car insurance.
people are going to throw
Why do I gotta
candy
pay-
in their face for life. You know what I mean?
Why do I got to pay more on car insurance because someone wants to speed, run red lights, and get into car accidents and drink and drive? I got to pay more on car insurance for that.
Yeah.
Everyone's car insurance is high because of retards who don't know how to drive.
Right.
Right? That's just part of life.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't tell people what. You can't take away freedoms from everybody. You know
Huh?
what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't, I don't know.
Well, that's
I
why,
was
like,
more.
when
I
they
was
say-
more. I was more worked up about it when the thing actually passed and people were posting about it because I felt like people were so
Yeah.
dumb. But I'm going to save that question for when it comes back in the public consciousness about healthcare. I'll be like, show me your fucking bill, you fucker. You don't know a medical bill. You don't know it.
Right.
Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It's like, it's disgusting. I feel like you don't even understand how bad your insurance is until you're really sick. No one understands that.
Absolutely.
And then the people go, yeah, but young people don't want to pay for sick people. I'm like, I know, but that's how it fucking works, Dumbo.
That's how the whole system works.
I pay into Social Security now while old people are old and using it, and then when I'm old, it's there for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's never going to be a perfect system. That's what everybody wants. That's why I said, I can't wait for this new healthcare plan to come out with a perfect website and a perfect system that has no kinks in it. Because apparently that was the bar that Obamacare needed to live up to. A perfectly working website with no kinks in the system that works perfectly out of the gate for everybody in the world.
Right.
There's not a thing that works for everybody involved. Shit, if you go to a fucking restaurant today, there's going to be 30% of customers that their shit wasn't cooked properly.
Absolutely.
But everybody gave a valiant effort that day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, but I think that's exactly like it's I mean, it's a cheesy way to look at it, but we're supposed to be in this all together. I mean, I understand. Like, I hate the fight, the argument of, well, you know what? Get a job that pays for your insurance. They're not available. All those jobs aren't available. If that was the case, we would be in the best place on the planet because those jobs don't exist for everybody. If they did, we wouldn't be talking about unemployment. We wouldn't talk about bringing jobs back to the country because everyone in the country has a perfect job.
But businesses don't want to pay for your insurance. Republican businesses don't, which is why we need health care, universal health care.
Yeah.
Hey, businessmen, if you don't want to pay for your employees' insurance, support universal health care, and you don't have to no more. Everybody pays in.
Right.
Everybody pays in.
When they had those town halls, and the woman was like, I own like a little salon. I only have like 15 employees, and I can't afford health insurance. I'm like, so you're barely making a living? Don't give me your shit that you're not fucking killing it at the bank. You're making good money. You just don't want any of your profits to go towards your employees.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Now, there's some people who really want to help their employees. There's good people and there's bad people. But I don't think you can leave it up to the people. If you're going to tell me to get a job that has health insurance, I'm a comedian. I have to buy it myself. And before Obamacare, the cheapest I found for me and my kids when they were younger was $900 and something a month.
Yeah.
Fuck am I spending $1,000 a month on health care? No, that's when we roll the dice and I say, kids, be careful when you walk. Don't fall and hurt yourself. And wear masks and take fucking vitamin C all day because we can't afford for you to get sick at all.
Yeah.
$900 a fucking month.
Dude, I would love to have two comedians that we know that are huge Trump supporters on the podcast. Just I gotta find out how do you not find this guy to be a buffoon? He's just a buffoon. How do you not I get you want to keep defending your guy, but it's how do you not see the buffoonery?
Because here's the thing, especially comedians, very pussy egos, very pussy egos. So they get a little flutter. You're making my guy was art. You're fucking being pussies because they take it too personal. When you say Trump sucks or the orange one is a fucking piece of shit, they take that like they are the piece of shit, and they get fucking defensive. And they want him to be the one because of how much fighting happened during the elections. And how much they had to defend him and say because they love his game plan. They're racist.
Yeah.
They love white people. They hate when anybody that's not white stands up and says, "Hey, we're people too." You fucking relax. That's just they don't want you talking if you're not white. They want you shut the fuck up every time. You guys, it's all about you. And Trump got those people all riled up, and they're like, yeah, fuck. And they won't say that out loud, but that's it. So now they got him elected. He is the one who's elected. He cannot fail because these fuckers are so out on a limb for all the shit they've been talking that he cannot fail. unlike any other election, there was so much shit talking. It's like if the Giants and New England in the Super Bowl, all the shit that's talked from New England, like we're the champs, we're the best, and then the Giants beat them.
Yeah.
The uncomfortable feeling that that New England felt when the Giants would beat them was like you could just taste it, how uncomfortable they were with the loss. And that's how this election was. It became so fuck you, no fuck you. And now that their guy is in, they cannot admit he's wrong, or it would be that they're wrong, and they can't do that.
Yeah.
That's why they'll fucking support him. And that's why they say the dumbest fucking shit ever. They'll post fake articles, fake news stories. One guy just posted a story about how, I don't know if you saw this news story, how the emails for Hillary were not hacked by Russia. They were leaked by one of her guys who was in the DNC who's got murdered, and they found that he released like 30,000 emails. It was him. And he put that up. He got an argument going with people, and I was just like, oh, you're fucking retarded. You're not even looking at the website you got that from? You know what I always do? I see an article, and then I go to Fox News, CNN, NBC News, and CBS News, and I go to their websites. And if I don't see that story, I don't listen to that story.
Yeah.
When it's, I think this was like the Washington Examiner. Yeah. The Washington Examiner is the one who broke that story.
Yeah, there's they're
gonna, I don't know, man. I
just want them to call him out. Just take your president to task once.
Nope. Because he's awesome and he's amazing, and you guys are fucking pussies. Enough with Russia. There's no collusion. You're probably right. But if you can't say out loud that Russia hacked Russia wanted Trump to win, then you're fucking. I'm not saying Russia said, hey, that Trump was in on it. I'm just saying if you don't think that Russia wanted Clinton to lose, then you're fucking insane. You're insane. You're an insane human.
Yeah.
You got to at least say that. Like, yeah, definitely Russia fucked with our elections, without a doubt. Whether maybe Trump wasn't involved. I'm even saying that he might not have been involved personally. He has a lot of ties to Russia.
Since firing Comey, it looks a little weird.
Absolutely. But he has a lot of ties, financial. That's to me why his tax returns never came out, last year, because he didn't want to see all the places he's got ties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he says, I'm not going to release they're in audit. So let me get this straight. You're the only person in planet Earth, right, that still has his 2016 being audited after 2017 was due already? So your 2016 still being audited? Did you give 2017 up? You don't have any of them? So you're telling me 2017, which was due in April, is already being audited? You're a lying sack of shit in how any of his people don't say he's a liar. He doesn't want us to see his dealings. We're okay with that, though, but he's a liar. I'll take that. Yeah. I'll take he's a liar. We know he's a liar, but we're okay with it. I would take that.
Yeah, take that. Yeah, exactly.
Right? I would take that versus he's not lying. So you guys get over it. She lost. Like, dude, we're not even talking about her. Who gives a fuck about her? She doesn't get to take over if he fucks up. We know we get Pence.
Right.
We know what we get. We don't get Hillary. We get Pence. None of us are going, let's do this all over again. We don't give a fuck about her. This ain't about her. We're bringing up issues that are happening right now, and all they do is tell you about Hillary and her emails and what the fuck. Oh, what about that? Like, fuck Hillary.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe that Trump will not make his full term. I believe President Pence will be. I think we'll have a President Pence. I believe the Republicans just have to turn on him eventually.
Yeah,
they have to. He's fucking. This whole leaking of the fucking secrets and shit. It's like.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but you're just like, what? It's almost like wants to. I don't know. I'm going to keep. I think when he was running, he's like, I'm just going to keep saying crazy shit because I don't really want this job anyway, and it kept working for him. And I think he's just. I think we're all in his reality show because he cares about ratings.
Right.
And I think he's like, I'm just going to keep doing what the fuck I want. It's just until you physically take me out of here, I'm doing what the hell I want.
Like with that Russian leaking thing, whatever you said. The reason why I'm like, enough liberal media. Look, stop.
Everything's panic mode with them. It's like everything's the new thing, and nothing's ever anything. You're white noise.
Nothing's panning out, man. You just fucking, not that it's not panning out, but how about this? How about just shut the fuck up with your breaking news and let an official branch of the government come out with breaking news that Trump has fucked up. Right. Stop breaking it because you had a source that used to work for the government I don't even know how you're getting this information, but stop that breaking news. Stop the former CIA fucking liaison to fucking France came out and told you
source
something.
Close to the gardener of an FBI agent's sister's cousin told us that he heard through his mother's father's friend that Trump was in the bathroom giving secrets through a cell phone in a hole in the floor. What? Breaking news. What the hell are you talking about, MSNBC?
So, like, let some of it come out. Like, you have the story. You know the story's there. Let, like, official government people come out with it. And then you can say, we're reporting on it because we already have the story. We're gonna show you that the story is true because we've had evidence of that story. Not, hey, we heard it from a guy, then we talk about that for 2 days, and then like you're not letting anything go. Let something, congeal here. Let it get solid. You're fucking not doing it.
I wonder even if they like had definitive proof and then they impeached Trump and like some crazy thing if they'd be like, it was a witch hunt. Like I feel like no one will ever see.
No, they won't.
Like,
I was thinking about
there's a video of Trump
shooting a child,
like kneeling to Putin saying, I am your puppet and here are the war plans. They'd be like, nah, it's just the way he does business, you know what I mean? He makes him think he's doing that, and then it's like there's always, you guys don't understand business like I do. Sometimes you got to do these things to do the thing. It's like, what? What? Guitar playing comic? What are you talking about? You play guitar on stage, and you're a comedian. Yeah. What are you talking about? You don't know world affairs. I don't know world affairs, but I know this guy's a buffoon. I know he's a buffoon.
Yeah.
I know. Here's what I do know: he's a buffoon, and the healthcare plan sucks. That's what
I
know the answers to world affairs. I just know it does.
Right.
You know how I know it does? Because none of them that voted on even read it. Nobody knows what it is.
Yeah. Well, that's what some of them try to say. Like some, I'm not even going to mention names. Like, hey, I love all these comics that think they know everything. They got law degrees all of a sudden, and they're doctors, and like, you don't know shit. Like, hold on, you don't even know enough to make the comment you just made.
Right.
Like, so the guy, you don't know what I know. You don't know what anyone knows. You don't know what research we've done. You don't know. Like, I actually read before I talk.
Right.
I actually read the thing before I say something about the thing. Don't fucking tell me. You read fucking TrumpsAwesome.com and then tell me what it's like, what I got to start following.
TrumpAwesome.com, fair and balanced. Fair and balanced.
But I was thinking this earlier.
Republican Gazette. Fuckliberals.org.
I was thinking about this earlier, that if Trump, say he does fuck up and he's gone and he's impeached, it will, that side will fucking rumble for a while. But then they have to adjust, just like we're supposed to be adjusting to this fucknut. They're going to have to adjust.
Yeah, why can't there be any middle of the fucking ground people like me? Like, I hate both sides.
Yeah, I think
do. They're both phony, and they both suck. I feel like I want to just go to the people of Facebook in America and be like, can we not like anybody? Like, I'll take that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like,
no, it is all.
He was the outsider, but like he's a nutcase.
He's a nutcase piece of shit, phony, just like the professional phonies.
Listen, man, if Trump ran as a Democrat, with these same views, but like he just took them. The other day would be like, fuck this guy.
Oh,
even if he
forget
wanted to
about
build
it.
a wall, just because if he was Democrat, you know what I mean? If he was like, I'm a
Absolutely.
Democrat, I want to build a wall.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But
They just ran. They just voted for party, not for the dude. But now they're defending the dude.
I think a lot of people did vote for the dude because he said what I've been saying. He touched on, and they don't want to admit this because it's not easy to admit. They look like bad people. They are racist people who believe that most entitlements and most taxes and most health care plans and all the things that Obama did were all for minorities and not for white people. Now, they got this information from nowhere. They've been told this information. They don't have any evidence of that information. You can show them stats and numbers and fucking graphs to your fucking purple in the face. They're not going to agree with it.
Yeah.
So, to them, everything is for the minorities. They get everything. Why don't they get the fucking work? Now, as far as immigration, the one thing I really truthfully believe is that we need to, everyone can't come here and do nothing.
Right.
So if we have an abundance of people not being able to work,
yeah,
and not have health care, and not have a place to live, if we have a lot of those people, you can't let a lot more in.
Right.
It's like if you ever been on a ride at Great Adventure, there's the line, and then you get to the end of that line, and then to let you in to stand in the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got that gap, like you think you're at the front of the line, you're just at the front of the line to get into the line.
Ugh.
That's America. We have the line over there. There's already a line inside. You're on the line outside. That line has to stay until the line on the inside goes down. So I can't let you keep filling up the lines.
Right.
Let's work on this line. Let's get this line taken care of. Let's get everybody jobs. Let's get everybody health care. Let's get everybody homes. Let's get everybody off the streets. Let's get everybody
the people
fed.
on this side that were born on that line, on this side, and the people who were born on the other side of the fence don't want the jobs the guys on the other side of the line want.
No, I know that. But let's figure all
Spoiled
that
white
stuff.
people don't want to work.
No, I get all of that. But there's a lot of people here from other countries that are just, there's nowhere to put them.
Yeah.
So let's just get them all settled in. Let's figure out a place for everybody. And then we can start going, all right, we're going to let the next 10 in. Come on in.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of room in like North Dakota and Kansas and shit. There's not much, you know what I mean? You gotta build houses.
Yeah, but there's a lot of room, but there's no work to keep these people busy to feed them.
Yeah.
So if you're going to keep loading up, that's where the social services come in, because they have to load up on welfare because you don't want people to be hungry. They got to eat.
Yeah.
You got to have health care, right?
I saw somebody say it. We need to send some white people to Mexico to fucking learn what real fucking struggle is. Maybe they'll want to work when they come back, like the lazy white people in America.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I do.
Yeah, I know you don't want to dig ditches, but you're not going to be a rapper, so pick a path, buddy. Or you're going to get shipped off to Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have it too good here. I think if you were white and born here and by a certain age, if you're like, nah, I don't want to work, it's like, you got to go. You got to go. We need to start kicking out white people. Let some hardworking Mexicans in. We have some white people that are more of a problem. It's like, bro, you got to go. You got to earn your way back in. I bet you can't even, you got to go.
I bet you won't even pass the test.
You won't even pass the test. You go, this job is below you? Well, get the fuck out of here then. Pedro will gladly wash dishes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's like I sometimes it does bother me. Some people, it's like, there's no jobs. It's like, wait, is there no jobs or no jobs that you want? There's a very big distinction between that.
Absolutely, but I don't know how many. What is that? 321 million people in this country.
I don't know.
That's children. I mean, I don't know what adult versus children are, but there's definitely not 321 million jobs available for all of us. You know what I'm saying? There's not if I walked, I mean, I would have to go, I could probably go to every restaurant and maybe one of them will say, yeah, I guess I can use a dishwasher. So there's one person not working. Now,
Yeah, but I've always, since I'm in my 20s, I've always have 2 to 3 jobs. My brother 2 to 3 jobs. Like, I always have multiple jobs. People can't find one fucking job. I have multiple jobs.
right.
I have multiple sources of income coming in. You know what I mean? How am I finding multiple jobs? And like people are like, I can't find one. But like, bro, I found 3.
But what, are you washing dishes or digging ditches?
No, I could if I want to. You know what I mean? I'm saying like my one job don't do it all, so I need other jobs.
Right. And what? But you do other jobs kind of tied in with your one job.
Right. But I'm saying though, like there's people that do multiple jobs. I knew cooks when I worked at IHOP that cooked at IHOP from 8 to 5, and then from 6 to 12 they were at the Olive Garden across the street.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get all of that.
You know what I mean? And
But
they were from Mexico.
I don't think if there's 8 million people out of work, I don't think there's 8 million of those jobs laying around. I just don't think there's enough good jobs for people to pay for their rent, to do all this stuff. Like if you're on welfare and you're making whatever. Let's just say you make $800 a month on welfare. But then you go, oh, I can go get a job and I can make $200 a week washing dishes. So I'm now making $800 a month washing dishes.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now I have to go to work, so I have to pay for a babysitter. I have to get someone to get my kid after school. Like now it costs more for me to go to work than it did for me to stay home.
Yeah, I mean, there's a cost of living. Like put it this way, like my regular TV day job pays my mortgage and my house bills.
Right.
But if I want to have a life out of that, I got to work the other jobs.
Right.
It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is.
I
you know what I mean?
understand.
I would love for it not cost me anything to get to work or all the, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's part of, then don't, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, then you got to work 2 jobs to pay for the child care. You know what I mean? Like, I think there are jobs. Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs talked about it. We have made bad, like, jobs that do make good money, like plumbers and all these, like, manual labor jobs. We've marketed it like, oh, you got to go to college because these are jobs for shitty people. When they're jobs, dude, some of the richest guys in my neighborhood are fucking plumbers or like contractors or painters, like jobs that no, I don't want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there's work out there. There is work. It's like, what do you want to do? Is it work? You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe you don't want to do it, but if you're a guy that needs money, if my job went away today. Now, in TV, it's very tough to find a job. And, like, when you lose a job in TV, it's very tough to get another one.
No, absolutely.
But I would have to pay that mortgage. If I had to go work at some landscaping company, I hate landscaping. I got to do it.
Right.
I got to do it, man. I can't be like, you know what I mean?
But I hear you, but I can't be on the side to think the only reason people don't have work is because they don't want to work. That's just too...
Oh, I do. I really do. I think people are lazy. I think American people, at the core, we've had it too good. There's a statistic. The third generation of this country is the worst off. The best off is first and second generations.
Right.
The most wealth in this country is from first and second generation Americans. At the third, wealth starts falling away because you get lazy. You've had it too good. I believe it. There's so many. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it at restaurants where the white cook is the one who quits because fuck this place. When the Mexican guy's like, I can't fuck this place. You know what I mean? I can't.
Saying, but I can't go with all the people who aren't working, don't want to work.
I believe most of them are. I believe most.
And then in that thought process, you're just like the guys who think any entitlement is a waste of time, so you get out and get it yourself. Although
any what? What's a waste of time? Wait,
most of the guys, most people who believe immigration or whatever, black people in general, let's just say poor people, are poor on purpose, and they don't want to work, so let's not pay for them to eat. Fuck them. They should get out and get a job. That's you're saying. And then you see the unemployment rate of jobs that are available versus jobs that are available. They don't match up. Those numbers don't match up. So then you get a president who runs, I'm going to bring jobs to America, but I thought there was already jobs enough for everybody to work here. So you're going to bring a bunch of jobs that nobody can get, that nobody needs? You're bringing jobs no one needs.
People want to work one job. That's their goal. They don't want to work multiple jobs.
No, I'm saying in those terms, you believe that people who are poor are choosing to be poor.
Not all people.
No, that's
most. I think most.
So So that is why a lot of the right-wing Republican fucking nut jobs, to me, go fuck all entitlements, get out and get a job. Although you add up all the numbers that we're given, there isn't enough jobs for all the people out of jobs. So what the fuck are you talking about? And then the jobs that are available, you need 3 of them just to survive. So there's one person took 3 jobs that are available that aren't available, but are available now. And we got a president who's going to bring us new jobs for people who don't need them, because there's plenty already here. We don't need new jobs. We have people here that are going to work the jobs that are already here. So I don't understand.
No, I do agree with Republicans that I believe entitlements do hurt people from getting their shit together.
And that's true for some. But I
feel for welfare and for unemployment, you need to really show you're looking for work and can't find it. Especially now with the digital world where you can really show.
We've had this conversation before. I believe that what needs to happen with welfare and unemployment is that the loopholes and the vetting process for those things need to be better, because too many people can take advantage of the system. So you want to add more jobs to the system? Hire motherfuckers to do research on people who want welfare, because there's some money, some jobs going to be made, because there's people taking advantage. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's absolutely. But the people taking advantage can't affect the people who aren't taking advantage. And the people who aren't taking advantage are asking somebody who has like a 3-year-old baby to work 3 jobs. She's by herself. Can't work 3 jobs. Can't do it with a baby. She has to be home to see her child give it breast milk. Like, she has to be a mom. But she has to be home at least one of the jobs to go away, maybe do 2 jobs to fucking survive. But if we can help her with some food stamps and some welfare to get her kid fed, and maybe help pay for the bus that she has to take 3 buses.
I'm not even talking about the woman with the kids. That's an easy welfare thing for people to agree with. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that don't have that to take advantage. You know what I mean? If you're a single parent with children struggling, I have no problem with my money helping you. I have no problem at all. You know what I mean? Because I think about the children and that's it. You know? I'm talking about the motherfuckers taking advantage that don't have that. They say they can't get a job.
There's a lot of that.
Those are the people that I can't stand. Those are the ones I want to ship out to Mexico.
Well, there's a lot of that.
Bring a Mexican in with his family that will work 3 jobs to make shit happen. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of that, but I don't think it's mostly that. And that's the fight is, well, if it's mostly that, then fucking cut them all off. But it's not mostly that. I don't think that.
Yeah, but when I see I'm talking like from when I was working until now. I'm just talking in New Jersey in my circles. I used to see people, I can't get a job. And I used to be like, I'm fucking working 3 jobs. How the fuck you can't get a job? Well, I can't get a job that pays my bills. Neither can I. That's why I have 3, dumbo. That's what I wanted to tell these guys. That's why I have 3 jobs. Yeah, I would love one that took care of everything and gave me vacations. No.
I just had this conversation with my daughter. She's like, I'm going for this job interview, but it's only, I think it was $12 an hour. And I was like, she's like, I need to make more than that. I'm like, everybody needs to make more than that. That's not going to change you making $12 an hour. Everyone needs to make more than $12 an hour. Just take the job.
Right. All right.
No.
Yeah. I don't have sympathy for people that don't because they can't find the job they want.
Right. And there's a lot of people like that. But there's also, I think, a lot of people who are poor making dirt wages that will continue to make dirt wages to bust their hump just to eat. And they're going to be poor, and that's not their choice. And if we can give them a little break, some things you have to get a break on. There's just some things.
Well, that's why I feel if you give them a break on health care, at least. But I feel if we're going to have universal health care, more people have to work and pay into it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it bothers me to help out people that refuse to help out themselves.
Right, and those are the loopholes, and those are the things, to me, where the system can step up its game and fix that.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts. My thoughts is, if you want to fix the system of the people taking advantage. Tighten up those loopholes. Make the fucking process tougher.
Yeah.
And then you can't have people taking advantage. At least everybody wants to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if they're not getting food, they're going to have to do whatever they can to get some food. Do your best. If you're capable. If you're not capable and you live in a neighborhood that there's not one fucking job and the closest job to your neighborhood is 80 miles away, then you're fucked. And you got to find a way to make it happen, or somebody's got to help you for a while.
We got to move.
Yeah.
We got to move. Listen, man, I had relatives that moved to another country to find a better life.
Yeah.
And weren't treated well when they got here.
Right.
And worked for dog shit wages. You know what I mean? Like, so if you grew up in America, your story doesn't, people still come to this country from third world countries and make a life for themselves. So your sob story of growing up in America where my parents had it rough and then I grew up poor and then I had to, are you fucking out of your mind? Motherfuckers are crawling through dirt tunnels to pick oranges.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you're telling me I live 80 miles from a job. What am I going to do? You know what, motherfucker? Get a new apartment. Move 80 miles. You know what I mean? Like, I can't take that argument. I can't take.
I get it.
I drive all over the
saying.
Fucking state to scrounge money for my bank account.
You know
what I mean?
What you're saying. I can't look at it like as it's that black and white, because it's not. It's not that.
It is. It's very black and white. Would you go to another country to feed your family? Would you leave you know how hard that is to leave everything you know? Leave everything you know, all your family, but you have to get a better life for your children.
Well, I can't. You can't even do that assumption because you never had to do it. I can't do that assumption. I can't do that assumption because I live in a country that the possibilities are here. If I can't make it happen here, where am I going?
But I'm saying
I cannot
people do that every day.
Absolutely. I get that. I can't put myself there, and I don't think you can or no one else can that lives here with the opportunity. We never had to do that. So we can fucking scrimp and scratch and save and make it happen here. So we don't know what it's like.
What I'm saying is the American people have no excuse, is what I'm saying. You have no excuse. You grew up winning the lottery being born here.
No, absolutely. The opportunities are here.
And if you're telling me that the job's too far away?
I don't think all the opportunity that you say is here. I don't think there's so many jobs that people like, I wish I had somebody can come in here and clean my dishes. They're not going to get done. The dishes aren't getting washed. Well, who's washing them? My dishwasher is washing them. Oh, you need another dishwasher? Because you already have a dishwasher.
No, you. So the point is, you do what you have to do. Listen, we had a kid, Ryan, that was a part-time. He was a freelance camera guy for our studio. He moved to Florida with his wife and kid because he could get work down there. But all his family's here. You got to do what you got to fucking do.
I understand that, but to say that the jobs are there and people aren't taking them doesn't add up to the statistics that are out there. There's not enough jobs for the humans that are in this country.
No, there is jobs. There is jobs. It's not jobs that you want, or maybe one job that can pay for everything. You may have to do multiple jobs.
But if you're
not talented in another area to require that payment. I get
what you're saying, but I'm saying if you add up the available jobs with the people looking for jobs, it don't add up. It's not like there's a guy who's got a dishwasher position, just not telling anybody about it. I have one available, but I'm not letting you know. That guy, if he needs a dishwasher, is telling you. There's not enough people saying I need dishwashers to get these people working. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
there's not enough.
Currently right now the unemployment rate is the lowest it's been in a long time. So there's plenty of jobs out there for people. People are working.
People are working, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, people are working. People are working.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the people aren't working,
but I believe a lot of people that are. I believe that a lot of people that aren't working still. It's not because there's no jobs for them. I believe they don't want to do certain jobs.
That's true for some, but not all.
And I believe the majority. Okay. I believe the majority of unemployed
don't come from
that one. What?
We have to agree to disagree, because I don't agree with that. The majority, I don't.
Because the Mexicans are finding the work. The foreigners are finding the work. The foreigners they're not, listen, an illegal alien is not allowed to get those entitlement programs, right? Because they're not in the system.
No, I know.
Yet they're working and feeding their families. So there's fucking work out there. You know what I mean? There's work. They keep coming in here for work. They're coming in here because there's work available. It's not work American people want. A white American man doesn't want to pick
I'm not
fucking
talking about
food
American
in a field.
people. I'm just talking about anybody who's in this country. People that are here, white, black, brown, foreigner, anybody. The reason why this topic even came up was like, let's slow down the immigration so we can get everyone here working and doing their thing. And that's it.
You want to know the travesty of some of these foreigners? Some of them work on the books and pay taxes and Social Security to something they'll never collect.
Yeah, I know.
For someone that is for an American that will collect that doesn't want to work because he's a lazy motherfucker that doesn't want more than one job. Right. Listen, I only go from what I've seen in my life. You know what I mean? And I believe if in my life it's happened, I'm whatever county I lived in at those times, I was not unique. And the majority of people that I met that supposedly couldn't find jobs, it was for a reason. Very few were the single mom that was hurting that needed to be home with their kids.
It's not only the single mom. So
I'm saying very few was the single dad. I'm saying very few was the medical reasons. You know what I mean? A lot of it was lazy motherfuckers. My experience, a lot of lazy motherfuckers out there. Tons of lazy motherfuckers.
There's a lot of lazy people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And I don't support that. And I feel if you're a fucking capable human being, you got to be working. Whatever job you can get. I don't give a shit if you like it. I don't give a shit if it doesn't pay what you want. Then you do that job till you get the job that pays what you want. Or you do 2 jobs till you get the job that pays both jobs. That's what you do.
I support that. I don't support it being a majority. And I don't support the programs going away because of the shitbags that take advantage. I support finding the shitbags that are taking advantage and getting rid of them. And they're like, oh, that's going to cost a lot of money. Yeah, then there's more jobs that you can just put people to work to do. You just created jobs. Create jobs. Create jobs of people who have to double check the lazy people.
Those jobs created are then you got more tax money jobs. It's not like business. Like to pay those people for those jobs, it's like a business makes money selling a product so they can make more jobs.
I got it.
Or the government just has to tax you more to pay for these jobs. It's cheaper to let people get away with it than to hire people to do.
But that's right now. But if you got on top of it and be able to maintain it, it would start to balance off and the money would go the other way. It would start to swing the other way because you wouldn't need so much entitlement money because you got it under control. But if you just keep feeding the entitlement money and not trying to control it, it's just like gun control. Like, can we try to figure it out? Can we just try to figure it out? Nah, it's too late. I get there's a lot of guns, but can we try to figure it out? Nah, can't figure it out. Okay, I guess we just say fuck it then. That's easy. It sounds like that's, sometimes it's going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of money, and a lot of investment to figure out problems. But once you do that, it starts to settle down and it starts to swing back the other direction. That's the point of fixing the problem.
Yeah.
I think we fix the problem and then those things will slow down. But it might not be tomorrow. It might take years, but it'll eventually stop the bleeding.
Listen, people will suck on an entitlement until they're told they can't. I've seen people ride unemployment till the last possible minute. You know what I mean? Except for my wife went on for 1 month and then got her new job. You know what I mean? It's like there's people that do it right. It's like, oh, I need a little buffer between jobs. I've seen people that I'm telling you, a lot of people in that unemployment system, in the welfare system, they suck on it until the check stops coming. And then they get a job.
Right, and then you're telling me, which is great if you are this guy, that's awesome. You worked hard all this time in the TV, you lose your job. So now you're gonna get $750 a week in unemployment. Well, thank God, it helps me pay my mortgage, helps with some of the bills. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. But you don't have to take that $750 a week. You can go to work 2 jobs and work and make $500 a week. You can do that because you're all about working and feeling good about yourself. So go out there and do that. Work the 2 jobs. Do whatever you can. Be that immigrant that crawled through the fucking tunnel and picked fruit, but you're only making $500. We were going to give you $750 since you earned that right, since you paid into it for years. We were going to give you $750 a month from a week, but you would go out and pick those oranges for $500.
No, not for $500. Listen, $750 couldn't cover my nut. I would have to go get another job. I would have to go get 2 more jobs. I would. The unemployment.
You don't get unemployment. The unemployment goes. You don't get to work the 2 other jobs and take unemployment.
No, I would have to be on unemployment until I found those 2 other jobs that can make up for my lost job. Because unemployment ain't going to cut it for me.
I understand that. So you would take it until you can find something to make more than the unemployment.
Right, because I have a work ethic. I would do it till I found a job. Right, I'm talking about the people. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that.
There's also people like that.
I have friends that would work for 2 years to quit for 2 years.
No,
to get fired for 2 years. You know what I mean? I've known a lot of people like that in my life. They would work long enough to get it, and then stay on it until they weren't allowed, and then they're probably still doing it to this day. You know what I mean? I know those people. It's not like I didn't make up that person. And I'm telling you, those are the people that are why the fucking systems fail. You know what I mean? Because the systems wouldn't go bankrupt if people used it as a couple-month buffer to find new work. You know what I mean?
So now I'm saying
the people that are draining these systems are the people that are taking advantage till the bitter end. And a lot of them, in my experience, are lazy motherfuckers.
When I first went on unemployment years ago, you had to go look for work. Go every week with your fucking list of jobs, phone numbers, and people you talk to. So they made you do that.
Yeah.
Then the last time I was on unemployment in 2009, I didn't have to do shit.
Yeah, because it cost too much to do that.
I didn't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
I just stayed on unemployment. I didn't have to do a thing to fucking show that I was trying to find a job.
Right.
To me, that's where the system, and it does cost too much money. Unemployment rate was over fucking 11% at the time. It was insane. So they just like, fuck it, just give people their money. And now that it's back down to less than whatever it is, now they can start staying on top of unemployment because there's not as many people on unemployment, right?
Yeah.
I think that's where they go wrong, is don't let it if it gets that to 11%, you still got to put 5 times the amount of motherfuckers on it to make sure everyone's being legit. Because you're just going to let it stay out of hand.
Listen, man, I have most of my friends in my life, they're just hustlers, man. We've been through these recessions and stuff. It's like we hustle. We find ways, man. We find ways. I never bought into it. Because if I was able to, if my buddy was able to, if we were all able to find these jobs, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I never got affected by recession. And maybe I got lower pay because of it, but I was never scrounging. You know what I mean? And it's all because I decide to hustle. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I feel bad for the single parents or whatever to have these other circumstances I didn't have. But I'm talking about the, regular dudes. You know what I mean? I know people that were parents that hustled. Kerry always hustled. She was a single mom for a lot of years. You know what I mean? My mother hustled. You know what I mean? You just hustle. You just do what you got to do. That's why I don't buy into it when people give me the argument. Because I've seen people do it. I've seen people hustle through recessions. You know what I mean?
Yes. I understand that.
That's why I don't believe a lot of what people. I don't know. That's why it's the entitlement programs are. I don't buy into them fully. You know what I mean? I don't buy into this. There's no jobs out there philosophy fully. I believe a lot of it because only I'm just saying. You do what you got to do to find the work. You move to another state. You move to another. That's why my example of people moving to another country sounds insane to me. To be like, wow, the only thing I'm qualified for happens to be in France, but right. I have to leave everything I know and love behind. But if I want to feed my kids, I gotta go. I couldn't even fathom making a choice like that.
Right.
But people did. You know what I mean? People moved from state to state for reasons of work.
A lot of people move from state to state because they really like their job or their career choices, and it takes them other places. If you're moving to fucking Iowa to wash dishes, then you're fucking retarded. And I couldn't even, the guy who does it, I don't support. I don't consider him a fucking fighter to the end. I think you're retarded. Fucking find somewhere local to wash dishes.
Right, because you could find somewhere local to wash dishes. There is local dishwashing. I'm saying that's what you're agreeing with me right there. There's no excuses.
No, but I'm saying I don't know the people who are trekking all over 7 states to find the job digging a ditch. But I do know that so the guy who's got a great job in pharmaceuticals, that's his career, and he has no jobs here. He's got to go to I got to go to Iowa, got to take my kids to Iowa if I want to make a living. Yeah, you're making a living in a career base. So
then what's the excuse then for people not working then?
Well, I'm saying that guy, I don't put them in the same category. So if I'm saying the people who are like looking for work around here and they're trying to find a dishwasher job and there's no dishwasher job and there's nobody hiring, local restaurants like, yeah, not now. Summer's coming up. We get really slow. Like, I really need a job. I'll do anything. Anything. We don't have anything right now. All right, I'm going to go 9 states away to find a dishwashing job. That guy's nobody's going 9 states away to find a dishwashing job.
I rarely believe anyone that says they can't find a job. If you're just looking for a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fucking did telemarketing at one time to fucking bring some money in to pay rent.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like, there's fucking jobs. That's my whole point. There may not be jobs you want, but there's fucking jobs aplenty. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't believe that. I believe there's work. I believe some people don't take work because they don't want to do the job. I believe that too. But I don't believe there's an overflow of jobs versus the people who need work. I don't believe that. Because if that was the case, we'd be besides the lazy motherfuckers.
Then I don't know how the classified section has jobs, how Monster.com has jobs, how there's jobs advertised all the time, every day. There's jobs.
Yeah, there is jobs.
A lot of shitty jobs. A lot of too qualified jobs. There's lots of jobs. It's just, do you want to do the jobs? You can't. Let me tell you something. You can find a job as a laborer any day of the week. You know how I know? Because you pull up to Home Depot anywhere, there's like 6 Paraguayan guys waiting to build your deck.
Yeah, I know. I know that there's a lot of work. I'm just saying that the numbers don't match up. There's more people here than there is jobs. And if you believe that that's not the case, then you don't know how many people are here. Because if you think there's more jobs than there are people, then you're living in a place that doesn't exist because it doesn't exist. There's not more jobs than people.
I have 3 of those jobs. You know what I mean?
You have 3 jobs. You have 3 jobs that are specific.
Right, but I'm saying though, but the 2 jobs I have besides my main job, 2 other people aren't getting those 2 because I have them already. You know what I mean? Right. I found them and took them. You know what I mean? They were available at one point.
Specific.
Right, but I'm saying though, but I know people.
So, I'm saying me.
But like my brother sells for a big company, right? And makes his living, but he on the side sells mattresses.
Right, so he's got sales jobs.
Right, but there's jobs.
He's not digging ditches for his extra cash.
He would if he had to, is what I'm saying. I would if I had to.
He doesn't have to, so we can theorize that all day long. Your brother's got a good...
No, I know he would. I know we've both worked shitty jobs we didn't want to when we had to. You do what you have to do.
But it's not applied now. So I'm not talking about you have 2 jobs that are very specific. If a guy who just lost his job needed to get another job, he washes dishes.
I'll tell you for instance, I had this job. When I first started this job, I broke up with a girl, and then my rent was way more than I can take on my own. Right, so I started waiting tables again to do that, right? And then even that wasn't enough because the restaurant I got a job at, they just weren't that busy. So then the guy Manny, who's doing my construction now, I called him like, "You have any work in masonry, pulling bricks out?" I was just desperate.
Right.
I didn't want to do that, but I did it to get on my feet and to get through that lease I signed. And then once I got through that, I dumped those shitty jobs, so I got an apartment I could afford and back to one job. But I didn't sit back and, you know what I mean? I didn't let it crumble because I didn't want to pull bricks out of the ground.
I get all of that, but I'm saying you saying you have 2 jobs so that it's not available for somebody. It's not available for somebody who's qualified to do those 2 jobs. No.
Yeah, but you don't need to be qualified to fucking pull bricks out of the ground.
That's a different job. I'm not talking about that job.
I know, but I did it. I did it.
Yeah, those jobs
are plenty.
They're not, though. They're not a plenty, man.
Laborer jobs are.
All right. We have to go back to we disagreed. We agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're not jobs out there.
I lived it. That's how I know. I don't know where your experience comes from. I've lived it.
I'm not.
Where are your stats coming from? Are they pulling it out of your ass? I mean, I've lived it. I know about hustle. I've seen my friends do it. How can you say there's not jobs?
Because
there's construction going on all in my neighborhood with laborers. Money's never been easier to get now. There's construction going on everywhere.
Listen, unemployment is at its all-time. It's a real low. I know there's jobs and people are working, but the whole reason this whole fucking conversation started is because only thing I agree with slowing down immigration, because there's a lot of people here. We need to get them situated, and I don't believe all the people here have jobs waiting for them. I think some of them there isn't enough jobs for everybody. There is jobs. There's jobs. There's reason why there's jobs available because people don't want to do some of the jobs. Yes, I agree with that. There's some jobs that some guys are never going to try to do. I agree with that as well. But I still, even with all those jobs that people don't want, I believe there's still more motherfuckers in this country than there are opportunities at this moment.
That's why my original point was we need to ship some of these Americans to fucking Mexico and give some of these Mexicans jobs. Bring more Mexicans in that want to do these jobs and send them over to see what being desperate really means, and maybe they'll come back and want to work.
I understand that. I get that. I understand that there's some lazy motherfuckers here that don't want to work. But I'm just saying that doesn't offset the number of jobs versus people.
Yeah. Because they come here because there's no entitlement programs over there for them. To save them, they have to work. That's why I feel like if
that
you get rid of entitlement programs,
doesn't make it a great society just because fuck it, figure it out. That doesn't make
it makes it a shitty society. It makes it a shitty society. But they do what they have to do.
But I'm saying
is my point.
They come here because there's no entitlement here. Well, we have that because I believe we're a more advanced society. I believe yes, there's people take advantage of it. That's what we need to fix. But we don't do away with the entitlements because other countries they got no choice. Well, we do. We're better. We've come together as a better society. We're trying to make it better.
I'm just disappointed in some Americans. That's my point.
Yes, that's a more simple way to say it, and I can understand that.
And I don't want to pay for them. That's my problem. I hate paying for lazy motherfuckers. I hate it.
And I got you. But
when I work hard, I don't want to pay for lazy motherfuckers.
Into the category of the guys who the majority of people are lazy fuckers and they can work and where I'm not paying for them. And that's just not true.
I know. It's just I only go by what I saw. I got to make shit up, and it's just what I've seen in my life, my personal experience in my state that I've lived in. I've seen majority of my friends hustlers, and I saw a few that were freaking lazy bums. You know what I mean? And the lazy bums could never cry on my shoulder because I'm like, how are we all getting work? How are we all making it happen? We live in the same county. You know what I mean? How are we all doing it? How are you crying the blues, brother? Like it never rang to me because I'm like, while I'm sitting here with dirty ass hands, can't sympathize with you. You know what I mean? You have all your limbs. You're not in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? I can't sympathize with people. I just can't. I can't. Especially dudes. Broads, a little sensitive. You can't lift shit, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But dudes. But that's that.
That's that.
What do you got this weekend?
Mohegan Sun, Pocono Downs, Friday and Saturday. 2 shows, one Friday, one Saturday. Oh!
Cool.
And then tonight I'm at Greenwich. Are you putting this up today? It doesn't matter. I'm at Greenwich at 9:45.
Probably won't have it up till like 9 o'clock tonight.
So yesterday I had Greenwich.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I don't know what else I got going on.
Yesterday I had Greenwich. Yeah. I got the fundraiser for James this Saturday that's apparently selling poorly. So I guess people don't want to support the Port Reading EMS comedy show.
Doesn't sound it.
No. So if you go to jjcomedy.com to try and buy tickets for the Port Reading EMS comedy show. And that's all I got for this week. Next week, I go away to Florida to visit my grandma. She already sent me the menu she's making for me. She's like, I'm making you Portuguese sausage omelets every morning.
Nice.
I'm making. She goes, you'll have bowls of latria when you get here, which is this great Portuguese noodle dessert. And I'm like,
now, you're not doing comedy? You're just going there?
No, I'm just going just for the weekend, just to chill on the beach with the
just
wife.
You, or is Kerry going?
Kerry's coming with me. We're going Thursday, coming home Sunday. Just a quick turnaround.
Okay.
And then the following week after that, I'm at Uncle Vinny's featuring for, what the fuck's his name? He opens up for Mark Anthony.
Who?
He opens up for Mark Anthony. He does comedy before Mark Anthony, the singer. He's a great guy. Spanish guy. God,
yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. New York.
Oh, yeah. Joey Vega?
Joey Vega. I love Joey Vega. You should come out and see. He's a good dude, funny comedian. And that's that. And then I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just go to joefernandez.net. Got a lot of shit that came up.
I'm gonna we'll talk about it in a second.
Okay, we'll talk about it off.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you something, but I don't want to do it on air.
Okay. All right, people. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. We appreciate you guys sharing this. Hopefully, this is a 2.5-hour episode. Hopefully, you stayed till the end and heard me and Mike argue about nonsense. But we appreciate the support. And you've been listening to All in Our Heads.